Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, BeefLoaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, MySoxSummer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Chorizy-E.
Thank you, Chorizy. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If BeefLoaf says allegedly, or that he manifested that, you drink. If MySoxSummer talks about the gym or tells us he simply did not have time, you drink. And if I talk music, oh boy, am I going to talk music? Or Star Wars,
yes,
you drink. And of course, you can make all of us drink for just $1.08 or more. But speaking of drinking, fellas, what are you drinking? BeefLoaf, what are you drinking?
Boys, I'm on the chiladas tonight, the Modelo
There
chiladas.
we go.
The lime and salt are my six backups. The first one I have, I have the mango chili. I realized I had one left down here in the beer fridge, so I went the mango first. Get the little spice and extra sweetness going first, and then we'll get to the salts afterwards. You know what? They've been a nice go-to, and something we need to bring up. MSS, the food and beverage people at the White Sox.
Yes.
Can they get these tall guys in our Midwest beer stand?
I know.
That would be huge for us, especially for Sundays. Sundays is the day for us to be drinking those.
I threw that out there because as we talked about, we were there Sunday, and our guy Joey was down there, and Brooks was asking what we drank, and so I told him, and he's like, I feel like I should know this information already, and I said, hey man, this is what we drink. Can we get these at the Midwest stand? And he was like, I try to put good stuff everywhere, but I got some real bad ones. I might have to throw your way to make you guys drink it. And I said, no, don't do that. Please give us the chiladas that we like. We like those right there. So I go, even though I like my girl Tammy,
bums, we're homeless,
right? So Tammy,
I got
drink whatever we give you.
I got some Tecate titaniums for you guys. That's what
we missed. Chorizy, we really could have used your help on Sunday, though. We had a few dollars that we had to spend. We were given a VIP card to go have some fun.
We had an expensive account on Sunday, Chorizy.
We tried our damnedest to plow through the money, but we still returned about a third of it. And
you didn't get your daughter the custom jersey that she wanted?
No,
terrible father.
It didn't count towards that stuff. Trust me, I tried.
We did good. I thought we utilized as best we could with just me, you, and Mrs. Beef really mostly hitting that. I mean, the kids had some food and stuff, but still.
And my wife, I was like, this is your ticket to drink as many vodka lemonades as you want. And she was like, I just want a Diet Coke. It's like, what the fuck? This was your moment to shine, and you screwed it up. Like you know what? It's like
our rep is gone. We're fucked.
I don't really like beer. I don't like to drink beer as much anymore. But if they're gonna throw free beers at me, I'm gonna drink fucking free beers. Okay, So
Gabriel Bearstown says beef and MSS transport. Yes, we were okay. So we were at Ramova. We popped into the Asscast 100th show, their live show. And we hustled back here. That was the plan the entire time. We're gonna pop in. We're gonna say hi to everybody. Make sure Sam and Stoop and all them guys. We wish them well and we're congrats. And then we had to get our asses back here to do the show. So nice of you to notice.
I'm too far from there.
You're too far. That's what people are asking. Where's Tracy? I said he's a little too far to make this thing work. He's just far enough away where it's not gonna. You can't do this.
He lives far enough away, but he's also a gigantic asshole. So that just that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Let's get this drink from John Nava. He says, cheers, gents. Love White Sox Twitter, and Kelly hooked it up with a bobblehead.
Nice.
There are some great people in the world. Also, happy anniversary, Beef and Mrs. Beef.
Thank you, John. That was Sunday. Appreciate you, brother.
Cheers.
23 years, my friend. 23 years Mrs. Beef and I have been together. I'm 47. It's basically half my life we've been married.
That's insanity.
And I'm still marital bliss. We're still cooking with gas out here. So I appreciate
cooking with gas.
MSS, what are you drinking over there?
Well, so I don't know if this has been discussed everywhere, but I was very sick Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, man.
So my stomach, even last night, after I'd eaten dinner, like my stomach was like, and just like doing flips and stuff. And I was telling your brother I had to wake up at midnight to like go vacate the lower regions because I just it's been going all day. So I'm on Guinness because that's basically health food. But I only have one. So I after that, I think I'm just gonna do water. I'm not gonna do too crazy. I had a cup of ass or whatever they called it at a Ramova. I had one of those. And
we did have the featured beer. We had one of those.
So I had 2 beers. I'll have 2 beers on the night. I think that's pretty impressive compared, saying that like I don't want to like just start shooting poop out my butt.
I was gonna say, don't shit your
I don't want to do that.
Don't shit your pants.
What about you, Chorizy? How are you doing? And are you questing?
I'm doing good. No, I'm just getting rid of the rest of these Newcastle stuff.
You look natural with a Newcastle bottle in your hand.
It does.
Well, you saw it a lot in our early 20s. So,
if you had on, like,
I got some highlights to back it up too. In case.
Boy. Hell yeah.
If you had on a corduroy sport coat with that Soundgarden shirt, drinking that Newcastle, I swear to God, you were teaching English Lit 101 or some shit. You don't
like know if I have corduroy pants on. You don't know that.
That's true. I don't know if I would wear corduroy pants with the corduroy jacket though. I think that's
I never had corduroy jacket, but I had a lot of corduroy pants.
You did have a lot of corduroy pants.
Very corduroy in my panting.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
I love the corduroy pants.
Corduroy pants were awesome.
I don't think I owned a pair. I don't think I ever owned a pair of corduroy pants.
I had an all black pair of Doc Martens corduroy pants.
You have to understand here, MSS. Yeah. I was a jock. Chorizy hung out with all the drug guys. Like basically, he was a punk rocker. Basically, he was a rocker. Hung out with the guys, did weed. You know, it was different.
Well, he did.
I was a jock, but I retired from that.
You played sports, but you were with them guys
to follow my dream of doing drugs.
I feel the same way. I did the same thing. It's like enough sitting on the bench. I'm going to focus on smoking cigarettes and playing guitar.
Bad news, guys. The Tigers hung on. We
boo!
So I think it's tied. The division's back to a tie, but
it's tied. The Guardians have the tiebreaker. So going into the weekend, there's 3 games left. Guardians tiebreaker. So it's crazy, man. I'm glad that there are some races heading into the final weekend. It's very nice.
Oh my God.
MSS, man. I think it's time to pay some bills.
Let's do that. Let's do
a lot of bills.
Too tired to cook on a school night? Let Lawrence's handle dinner. After a long day of homework, meetings, and soccer practice, the last thing you want to do is cook. So don't. Swing by Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp for a hot, crispy, no-stress dinner the whole family will love. Fresh golden fried fish, jumbo shrimp with our famous hot sauce, and sides that satisfy. It's fast, easy, and no dishes to clean up. Available for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Make school nights simple. Let Lawrence's do the cooking. Stop by one of our 4 locations today and put your taste buds to the ultimate test. Order ahead to avoid the wait at chicagoshrimp.com. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, serving up the seafood you crave for 75 years. Hey, just a quick interruption before we play the next ad. And this is all ad related, so it's no big deal. They've had a bunch of promotions this week at Lawrence's. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. So you go to their Facebook page, you go to our Twitter, you can see all the stuff. You could get $75 today, enter to win a gift card if you do that. Kelly at Lawrence's wants to give away $75 gift cards to our friends and our fans. So she's going to do some of those. So we're going to have that coming up. So you can get $75 at Lawrence's. But go by the next couple days. They're going to have a couple more promotions. You spend $75. I think this weekend you get entered to win a $75 gift bag. So, I mean, there's a lot going on with 75. Now, one of the things they did this week that got totally hammered, they gave away meals to people over the age of 75. Now, somebody must have leaked this out to all the old people homes in the area. She said there were pace buses dropping people off to get their free food and then picking them up. She's like, we were absolutely hammered by the old ladies and old men who are 75 plus. But this is what makes Lawrence's awesome. They didn't say we're going to cap this after 50 people. Fuck no. They fucking fed every single one of those old ass people because you know what? They might die soon. So you know what? They did it. It was really nice to Lawrence's. So yes, Lawrence's feeding the old people up until their death. At Mazda of Orland Park, the road to savings just got greener. Looking for a smarter, cleaner way to drive? Now's the time. When you purchase a qualifying Mazda electric or plug-in hybrid vehicle, you could be eligible for up to a $7,500 federal clean vehicle tax credit, putting money back in your pocket while helping the planet. 8 Mazda vehicles, including the 2025 Mazda CX-70 plug-in hybrid EV, have won a 2025 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus award, more than any other brand. It's also earned a 5-star overall safety rating from the NHTSA. Safer, cleaner driving, bigger savings, zero compromises. Visit Mazda Roland Park today and see how easy it is to go and save green. Mazda Roland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park, 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
All right, fellas. It's a free-form night. Free-form night. We're gonna just go with the flow. We're not even gonna go in order this time. We're just gonna see who wants to talk. But Beef, we do have to get into something right off the bat, which is our survivor pick this week. Now, you got to turn that down, baby. That's too much. There we go. Our survivor pick. So last week, I don't know what you're doing now. Last week we talked with Sammy. We got off of the double Seattle.
Yep.
We went Seattle and Dallas. We went against kind of what our normal thing is of let's find a team that we don't think can score.
Yep.
We knew the Bears could score. We knew the Dallas defense was terrible.
Yep.
And we went that way anyways. It burned us. We got one entry left now. One entry left.
My fault.
Now, Beef, I'm looking at two different teams. Now, the Bills, okay. I think everybody and their mama is going to be on the Bills.
I think a lot of people are going to be on it. I heard that Derek from Circa was saying they thought up to 50% of people in the big pool might be on it.
I think it'll be closer to 30. But between people that have used it already and then this 30, I think that's going to eat up a lot of people. And then there's going to be opportunities to use them in the future.
Okay.
But we got to get to the future.
We still got to get to the future, yeah.
The one team I'm looking at, though, Beef, that fits our mold is the Texans.
Okay.
So the Titans are having a hell of a time moving the ball at all. The offense is terrible.
Yep.
The Texans have 9 sacks on the season already. They're like 5th in the league or something. The Titans, Cam Ward, has been sacked 15 times already.
He might die before his rookie.
Right. I mean, like this is definitely a game where it looks like it should be very, very difficult for the Titans to score.
Yep.
And the Texans have reasonable enough people on their offense. They look like shit so far.
I was going to say, rookie CJ Stroud is long gone, bro. Long gone. Yeah. Sophomore slump, CJ Stroud has stayed. He still stinks like that.
It's like Nick Chubb in the backfield, like old ass broken down Nick Chubb. Like it's
a reclamation project there. It's a tough scene.
It's a tough scene. So
we got it's Chorizy, it's division too. You know how much I don't love division usually. I'm not really, and the reason why I don't love division is because the teams build themselves up to play each other regularly. They know they got them on the schedule twice every single year. You're always building to play those teams in your division. Those are always harder wins for the good team versus the bad.
I have one other option too.
Yep.
Which is we'll really be doubling down on either the Chiefs or the Eagles on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to go this team on Thanksgiving anyways. Lions against the Browns. I mean, the Browns have a great defense.
Their defense is fierce. Correct. Yes.
If they don't block a kick and pick up the ball and run it in, or get 14 pass interferences right on the goal line, they ain't scoring.
They're not scoring, exactly.
So I'm also, I'll keep that one in the mix too. Where are you with those three teams? Or do you want to take Jackson Dart against the Chargers? You feeling that one?
I feel that one. I like that idea as an outside the box. We're not taking that one. I like Bills right out of the gate. It was the only team I thought. I looked at the board several times. It's Bills. Then I was thinking about the next week. I looked at next week. Next week is pretty treacherous, where Bills is far and away the best choice again, but it's a tougher week where you don't have these other options.
But you are talking division.
It is division.
Sunday night.
And Sunday night, correct.
But I do want the Bills next week. Like I would, if we were to get past this week, I would send in the Bills pick like right after.
100%. And this is the only thing that's getting me off Bills this week, right? I agree with you on all the points with the Texans, except I'm terrified that their offense won't score either. Like I feel that they might be a team that doesn't score enough either. I think the Lions is a great pick this week because you have the Browns coming off of a big win. They don't ever win. The Lions offense is like the best match for this group, right? They get the ball out quick. They run on the edge, right? They have Gibbs and everyone around the edge. So I like I think although the Browns defense is great, I think the matchup with the Lions is a tough one for them, to be honest with you, because of stylistically. So I would be willing to take Lions, even though my instinct tells me just take Bills and get to next week and see if someone has an injury or something.
I think we're out on Bills. I think we're officially out on Bills. It's Lions or Texans. We will make that decision. We will post it on Saturday as we've been doing. Okay, I'm good there. But I do have another question for you, Beef.
What's that?
Mr. I don't give a shit if the Sox lose 100 games. What if it ruins our goddamn Blue Jays futures? What if that happens? You still happy about 100?
Some guy reached out to me and goes, Beef, you hedge those Blue Jays futures yet? As they're getting their ass kicked. The Yankees are beating the fuck out of the Sox, and the Blue Jays are losing their ass to the Red Sox. No, I'm cool as a cucumber, Chorizy. You know why? When we bet the futures in the beginning of the year, I think it's a good bet then. That's it. We fucking ride this bitch. And guess what? We got some time left, and we get the tiebreaker. And if I look at the score tonight, the Sox are down 1. It's in the 7th inning, so that's not great. All right, we would really love them to beat the Yankees. No. On the other hand, the Blue Jays are up 6-1 against Boston. So we're probably going to leave this Thursday still tied, 3 games into the weekend with the tiebreaker. So I still like our chances. Yeah, I wish the White Sox would pick up one of these. And the White Sox are going to go pick up 2 wins in D.C. over the weekend. D.C. stinks. So. The Nationals are horrible. They're going to go beat their ass. So it is what it is, Teresa. It is what it is.
I want a net sweep. You want a net sweep?
And the season, we're a little shorthanded. I don't know if you noticed. We're missing like 5 hitters, so it's a little tough.
I was watching. There's all kinds of new great guys that we got out there.
Derek Hill for the win.
Derek Hill. Corey Julks yesterday.
I'm
feeling we got to drink. Let's get
let's get
that. Nathan Chiba. He says, MSS, an old ass person who might die soon. Help me understand how I can enter to win $75 in free shrimp. You are very confusing, or I am very drunk.
It's probably both. Probably both.
You, Nathan. Appreciate
go with
Thank
both.
you, Nathan.
Thank you.
I think it's Friday. You got to go in and buy any.
I'll double check it, but like they're going to give us some gift cards to give away, and we will definitely post the actual, hey, do this to win something, and then we'll just fix it so you can win, Nathan, because you're going to die soon. So
Nathan, you know a guy, so you might end up getting one of the gift cards. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's how we roll. This is the South Side,
That's
right. Bridgeport's.
Absolutely.
So that's what we do for yous.
I'm assessed. I've been hogging it. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I thought we weren't even supposed to do banter during these things.
No, it's not banter.
Okay. Just go right into it.
Just go into it.
It's basically banter.
So Loaf, you had a little bit more information. I think the most important thing that's going down this weekend is that our main man from Barstool. Oh, he's leaving. I wanted some help from him, and he just left. I'm here. Yeah, just hit my inhaler. I was trying to be polite, but fine, fuck it. If you're gonna panic, because I'm here, let's hit it on the left. Just hit it. Oh, that's so good. Was rough. So you have some more information on this, but our man, 50 grand, Eddie Barstool, is returning to the strip club. If you guys aren't familiar, Eddie was a strip club DJ for one day when he was down in Southern Illinois at Carbondale. He is now going back. He's going to be in Vegas. Loaf, do you have any more information on the club that he'll be at in Vegas?
I can't remember the name of it. I've heard it a couple different times. It's like Peppermint something or other.
Oh, Spearmint Rhino?
Spearmint Rhino? Yeah,
I thought it was Spearmint Rhino, but I don't think it's Spearmint Rhino. I think it's a similar name, but not the same thing. And apparently it goes on at 1 a.m. Friday night. So they were having a little confusion, like, yeah, but it's actually Saturday. Yeah, but you don't tell anyone 1 a.m. Saturday. You're out Friday night, and when after midnight, when it goes to 1 a.m., that's when he's going to be on. So apparently he's doing a set. That's basically what I know. it's free to the public, is my understanding. And so he was talking about picking out an intro song. I don't think he did, but that's kind of what I know about it. Kind of a cool thing to like. A media personality is like, fucking, I'm gonna go DJ at a strip club. I like the outside the box thinking of Eddie Barstool, the way he does stuff. Like we've been trying to make sure we incorporate more of that into our thing too as well.
Peppermint Hippo.
Peppermint Hippo. There you go.
Yeah, sounded too. Yeah. You would think I could Google that before I got in here, but very funny. Peppermint Hippo. But boys, as in honor of Eddie making his strip club return, they were talking about it today yesterday. Well, it was yesterday on their free swim Wednesdays. What is they named a bunch of songs that Eddie was going to play, and they named a bunch of music that I had never even heard of. Some songs I never heard of. I wasn't sure. Love Sosa was the only song that I think I've even heard of that they said he should play. What would be your number one strip club jam that you would lead off your strip club set with? Loaf, I'm going to go to you first.
We're the DJ, right?
Chorizy-E.
We're the DJ.
Yeah, you're the DJ. What's going to be your number one?
Beef, you on. I was just.
Yeah, I think you got to go classic, man. You got to go something that's hair metal. Def Leppard could work in that. Pour Some Sugar on Me is like a classic one.
Okay,
that was actually. I believe they said they wrote that to have the beat like the beats per minute of a strip club song. Like it was supposed to be like the perfect strip club song.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely, K-Dog absolutely could go 50 right here. You could go In the Club. In the Club works great as a strip club song. I mean, like, yeah, I think
Shawnee.
I think a lot of my catalog that I generally listen to could be strip club songs. I think I won't put any Pixies in there, but yeah, we'll have a lot of 50 and we'll have some little Def Leppard.
Chorizo, how about you?
I feel like it's the Crew, right? You got to go Motley Crue.
Yeah, so good,
right? And I think like you'd probably like default to girls, but Looks to Kill might be the money for that one. So it's definitely the Crew. I don't see it's Crew. Like there's like three bands I could think. If you name one, Def Leppard, Crew, Poison. Right, like those.
Exactly.
Poison's a distant third, though, in those three. Like,
yeah,
you even put an AC/DC maybe.
You got a whole set to get through, though. You know,
it's true.
K-Dog says
AC/DC is a good call.
K-Dog says 108 night at the Pink Monkey. Let me tell you something. An old 108 idea that we had was to reach out to the Monkey and ask if we could pay some of their dancers to come to the Sox game and wear our gear. And walk around the stadium, and we may still execute that at some point. But that was in the early days. We were trying to get the word out about us.
What was funny though was we came up with that idea, and we're like, okay, this could definitely like get some people taking pictures and stuff. But then Polecats sent girls in and did that. Like
so
they came in with the Polecats
kind of blew up our spot a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Some commenters, John Nava, Disturbed, Down with the Sickness.
Yep.
Sean Jankowski says, girls. JT, Unskinny Bob.
Unskinny Bob is a good one. Yeah,
absolutely. And we need to follow through on that. Our off-season meeting's coming up. We're going to try to do more crazy shit in 2026. So maybe we'll get in on that. Maybe we'll get that done.
Number one on the whiteboard: more strippers.
Incorporate more stripper content if you could.
I'm expecting a shoe to fly in here any second.
We can have male strippers too. Nothing against that. We can also do that.
We could be male strippers, is what you meant. We could be
bad ones, maybe.
Basically.
Actually, have you ever seen that video?
Christ.
It's one of my favorite videos that when the guy's like, my buddy told me, I'll take care of the entertainment for your bachelor party. And Mario and Luigi, like big mascots, show up, but they're doing all the stripper stuff. Like they like take his pants off and shit, and they're like hitting him with the belt and everything. Have you ever seen that?
No,
man, it's worth a Google, guys. It's worth it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Man, I'm going with a classic song by our man Billy Squire called "The Stroke," and I think the only time I've ever heard that song is in a strip club. So it's the stroke, man, like that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No Clarence Carter stroking. Another on the stroke.
Here's the thing, though. You got
good song too.
You got to discourage that in the strip club.
I just think it's a great song. There.
But you got to get the urge up. See, I agree with that message. You get the urge up. You let security handle if they get going on. That's the key to that. Alex Root says, had a comment showing the pod route, Chorizy attacking me and Sal. Hashtag progress.
just a one-time thing, baby.
Like, wow, I can't believe he went after you like that. Incredible.
Every once in a while, I got a little let a little rage out, you know?
Let it fly.
It hit Alex this time. I apologize.
Fuck is cheap, motherfucker.
Beef, what's going on?
What's going on is I saw a tweet and I thought we got to bring it to this group. We got to talk this through, okay? And this tweet is from a longtime guy, Pilsen Sox. Pilsen Sox says that from the 108, basically the Wu-Tang Clan of White Sox Twitter. And then underneath he replies with his thoughts on who is who. And he says BeefLoaf equals RZA, Chorizo equals Ghostface, and MSS equals Big Baby Jesus, aka ODB. MySoxSummer, where are you at on who are we of Wu-Tang Clan?
I would think I'll agree with that from an outwardly facing thing that I am not RZA, right? Okay. Like you can be RZA because outwardly facing
Beef and RZA makes sense.
That makes sense, but like I don't know if I'm just here like. I mean, like, listen, it's hard to be offended by being ODB. Like, I just don't know
by any of these people.
Like, I don't know how you
hold on a second.
Offended.
Can I say that I really like the ODB for MSS?
You can
because
say that
because we've talked about this before.
Just do.
I know you and I have talked about this while we're super drunk talking about the show and everything
behind my back.
Like there are a lot of podcasts out there that talk about the Sox.
Yep.
And me and you will do, if we did a podcast by ourselves, we would probably sound a lot like a lot of those other podcasts.
That's true.
You need an MSS. No one else has an MSS.
Correct. That's right.
And that's how Wu-Tang was, though. Who the fuck has an ODB? There's 50 Raekwons. I love Raekwon. There's 50 Raekwons out there, right?
Yeah.
There's one ODB. You can't replicate it. You can't bring someone in even to replace it.
Correct.
I mean, that's true.
So that's why I think the ODB call on you is good. I don't like my call. I love Ghostface Killer.
You don't like Ghostface? He's got a big dump truck.
I'm the RZA's brother. I'm like
no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not the guy who was slinging and who's funning the thing out.
I ain't even in the band. But I'm going to profit off you guys, and then I'm going to go on my yacht and go away.
Oh, I thought that was Silver Rings.
That's not true.
What is that? Silver chains or silver rings?
Yeah, no, that was later on. That was later on.
Now, I'm not that guy. Don't put that on me, MSS.
My initial thought here was that I don't know where, I don't know how, but Method Man needs to be in here somewhere. I thought Method needs to be in amongst the three of us. I don't know which one of us it is, but Method Man got to be in there. In my personal opinion, don't you guys think?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you on Meth, like because Meth is good too. But but RZA, though,
I'm gonna cut that.
I know. Yeah, I just thought about that after I said it. Loaf, the one thing though that I don't agree with the RZA call for you, is that RZA is always looking to make a buck. Okay, and he was the mastermind behind doing this, doing that, having a special release. That's not you. You're not that guy. Sometimes you're like, it's just art for art's sake. I'm like, no, we got to announce this. We got to sell it. And you're like, no.
Yeah, no, it's not so much disagreement. My thought is we make the art first, then we come out of ties later if we want. But I am more art forward than you are. I don't.
That's true.
Not that I don't care about making money, because there is a level of you need to make some money to show everybody, hey, money can be made doing this. But there is a level of I just want to make the art and make it what it is. So I get what you're saying there. So maybe I'm Method Man and you're RZA.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know
how that works.
I don't
Treasy,
know.
We got to fit Treasy in there, though, right?
I don't know.
I think MSS is ODB. I'll take the RZA piece. I'll take the RZA.
You take RZA then, yeah.
I'll take the RZA,
and then I can be Method Man, maybe.
You know what?
All right. One more person has to sign off on this, though.
Here's the thing on the RZA. If any of us is going to get a tattoo, a 108 tattoo, because he's got the Wu-Tang tattoo very prominently in American Gangster, it would be me. It would obviously be me.
It would be you. It would be you. I almost feel as if I agree with you guys. I'm a little bit more the more outward facing of us. I'm the little louder kind of whatever the fuck. And so that's not RZA really. Right? Like there's
right.
level. That's not really RZA. Like he's the mastermind behind the scenes.
But RZA is technically looked at as the leader.
He's the leader.
He's the leader.
And
I understand why people think you're the leader.
Because I'm the biggest.
You're the big guy.
Yeah.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot in the comments.
Well, one more person though has got do other people in the comments got thoughts? All right, one more person needs to sign off on this before we finish it up. I had to reach out to let's hold off on that drink. Let me finish this point right here because this works really well. I had to reach out to a dear friend of ours who is a huge Wu-Tang fan, and that man is Jeff Passon. I said, Jeff, what do you think? Or you got us pegged different? And Jeff says Wu-Tang is not Wu-Tang if there isn't the jizza. And I couldn't agree more. So we got to work the jizza in here, in my personal opinion as well. Who's the jizza? Now, is the jizza more me than nothing?
Jizza's the genius, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you think you're a genius, so go ahead.
But he was the first one who was out there. A lot of, he was kind of the lead at the beginning as far as the lyrical guy, right? Method came a little later, but obviously Method wrote the best hooks. Method would have been the guy creating 108 Turn. He would write the big hook, like that. I don't know where it goes.
Jizza did the GFY awards. Then is what you're saying.
It was the first thing, and definitely not our best.
108. He did 108.
Just hired the intern.
That was Silver Rings. Let's get this drink. Hello, Mr. Hand says you finally acknowledge that MSS is the straw that stirs the drink. Kind of.
Cheers. I appreciate that. No,
thank you.
You know what? You did that in that podcast. Let me drink this. In our interview with Downey, you did say that you're like, oh, that was the genius behind this because MSS was like,
your idea.
Build your own personal brands.
Yeah,
but
was your idea.
But anyone that had sat with you guys for 10 to 15 minutes would have told you need to promote yourselves too because you have good ideas. It should not just go to the group, right? You make Wu-Tang big, and then everyone gets a solo record. That's what you do.
Right.
It was almost perfect when that got posted because it is exactly the Wu-Tang marketing plan, and that's me, the white guy from the cornfields of Sterling, Illinois, who knew exactly where to go and how to promote this thing on the south side of Chicago. Mean Streets of Sterling, Wu-Tang marketing plan. Boom.
By the way, everybody, I hope everybody's been drinking because we've been talking music for quite a bit.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
I guess we won't stop talking music. I'll talk a little bit more music here. I saw this the other day. So,
what a stack, baby. Let's go.
So this stack is Metallica's Black Album, Pearl Jam 10, both Illusions from Guns N' Roses, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Soundgarden's Bad Motorfinger, and Nirvana's Nevermind. Now, I didn't double check this, but what the tweet said, and it's from an account that I see posting fairly accurate stuff all the time. All of these albums came out between August 8th and October 8th in 1991. That is,
I think that's true.
Right.
Absolutely incredible run. That's an incredible run. Think about how long ago that is. From that, and those albums have stuck around.
Yep.
1991 though, Guar had already been around for 7 years, and yet somehow people are only hearing about him this weekend. So I don't know if you've seen this, but people are mad online about Guar, and they beheaded Elon Musk and Trump. I'm also pretty sure they killed Taylor Swift during this. That's not getting much attention. I've seen them kill Joe Biden. I've seen them do a million of these over the years. They play Riot Fest every year. This is the level of rage bait bullshit that we have online right now, because someone posted about this, and I can't even tell if the original post, because that person has changed their name twice now, if the original post was even serious about this. I think they were just fucking around. But people got fucking upset about it. They're still upset, and they're still arguing with the Riot Fest guy, and the Riot Fest guy is just like, man, you are giving us so much free press, it's unbelievable. And I'm just like, how stupid have people become that they're actually angry about this? this band for the past 41 years has said they're from outer space and they're basically taking over our world. That is the concert. It hasn't changed. The music hasn't changed. It's not even very good music.
It's not.
No, it's not. Agreed.
But the show is tremendous, right? It's just this absurd piece of art that they
it's about the performance, basically.
And that's how it started out too. So like when they were like, I always joke like, who was the asshole that like came to practice and was like, you know what, guys, we need huge costumes. But what it was like it was like a band who were friends with these dudes that were doing like this like kind of movie, I guess you'd call it. And it was like with like these big puppets and stuff, and like they just combined the shit together. They just smashed it together and said, this is all one thing now, and it's popular, so we're going to keep doing it. And they've done it for 41 years, and half of the internet found out about it 4 days ago. And it's incredible.
And don't forget, friend of the 108, White Sox Dave has dressed up and participated in Guar madness. So you know
he went to the Guar bar.
There's a 20-minute video of him.
Yes. He had like fake feet, and he had fake, six-pack and everything. This was pre-hair Dave. So now he's more well put together. But yeah, I don't know. Chorizy, that's just fucking goofy all around. And it is like in a year that I thought Riot Fest was probably the most sellout festival ever, and for them that's to happen, it's just funny. Like,
you know what it is though,
like the most public one.
You see what's happened. Normally, you just turn to your buddy in the bar stool and you'd say something like that, and they would tell you how stupid you were. But now you blast it out there on Twitter, and then everyone gets to pile on you how dumb you are and like shoot it out to everybody. It's like it becomes this wave of stupidity. It's like you could have just nipped it in the bud by telling your friend, and your friend's like, they do that all the time. What are you talking about? And
they do.
Still believe it. You wouldn't have gone nowhere with it. But Twitter has helped exacerbate it, and I love it for one. I'm a big fan.
And people are in their echo chambers, right? Like so they like
100%.
A bunch of people are probably like, this is the most offensive thing ever, and we got to stop this. We got to stop these people from doing this. How could they have ever come up with this 40 years ago?
I'm somewhat like confused because I thought they all hated Elon now, or is he back on the good side? Because wasn't he calling for the files to be released and everything, and then like he was on the good terms, then he was on bad terms, and so I don't even know what terms he's on. So it's very confusing to me. I don't
know if he's vaxxed or not. I can't keep track of all this. It's a lot.
At least we know he's not taking Tylenol.
I don't know.
Exactly. I like that we both went right to Tylenol. Chorizy, can I jump on your Riot Fest trend right here?
You sure
I got a little. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Riot Fest too, and whoever's running the Riot Fest Twitter account right now is just killing it, and he is just like fucking hitting people with fucking goddamn tennis rackets across the fucking face with just the content that is coming out. They're like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Who would let somebody run their Twitter account like this? And he's like, go fuck yourself. Like just right to these people. I love it. Now, one of the tweets that came across and has now been deleted. Whoops, I just hit the wrong button. At least I didn't shut us down, huh?
In the show.
Hey, good job. So this is from our guy Kevin Coyne, who lives in Naperville and runs the GOP of like, I don't know, someplace, right? And he says, Riot Fest is always so interesting. Could have done without all the politics from the stage, but it was fun nonetheless. Apparently, we can't even go to concerts now without the political divide being tossed in our faces. We'll still go back, but it was obnoxious at Riot Fest. And Riot Fest responds, shut the fuck up, you dork ass loser. Seriously, some of the softest, dumbest people on the internet. Now, this point was proved because Kevin fucking deleted his tweet because he was taking a lot of shit for it. Now, Chorizy, MySoxSummer, BeefLoaf. I am a man that agrees sometimes with Kevin. I don't want politics all of my shit. Much like maybe going to Matt's barbecue in downtown Lamont. I don't want a Charlie Kirk memorial going on when I'm trying to eat some fucking barbecue. This is what Kevin Cohn retweeted. Hey, go support Matt's barbecue in Lamont. We can't let hate win. but I don't like politics with my barbecue. Okay?
Well, it depends which one.
Don't like it. No, I still don't care. Hey, I could totally agree with everything they say, BeefLoaf. I don't want to hear about it. Okay? Or when I go to a Brian's in downtown or in Downers Grove, I don't want people there doing a petition signing at my bar. I just want to drink beer and enjoy myself at this bar, not worry about if it's patriotic or they love the Antichrist. Definitely don't want them signing petitions. Well, I'm just trying to sit at a bar, drink a beer, and have some fucking wings. Why you got to put politics all up in my fucking face when I'm trying to have beer and eat barbecue, Kevin? Who would have thought for a second, that a punk rock, do you know what punk rock is, Kevin? I don't think you do. Festival would somehow be politically motivated or talk about politics. I think that's the antithesis of fucking punk rock. That's what it is. That's why it was invented.
I feel like
fuck up, Kevin.
The MC5 had a fairly popular concert here in 1968 that you might have heard about.
Yeah,
MSS.
What do you think? You said you thought you might know what he was talking about. What was he talking about? Kevin was talking about.
I have a sneaking suspicion I know what happened to Kevin that day.
Oh no!
Because I'll tell you, I was there all weekend. There wasn't actually much politics talked by any of these bands. I did see the Idols do "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey. That was special, but it wasn't really political. But nope. I will tell you one band that was very political, has been political all along, but maybe, just maybe, if you only know them for being on the Departed soundtrack, you might have gotten the wrong idea about this band. But the Dropkick Murphys are a very fucking political band.
Yes, they are.
And since half their songs are about their Irish immigrant families, they might not be happy about immigration officers doing all kinds of shit. So they were pretty vocal about it. I didn't really see anyone react poorly to this. I was there with 30,000 people watching them. Everybody seemed to be going on about the show. Even maybe if they didn't agree, that everybody seemed to still enjoy everything that was happening.
Right.
I'm going to guess that is where he was at. Because I see in the comments, like, it could have been Green Day. Everybody knows where Green Day stands, right? Everybody, like, that is very out there. It's all.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. This guy was a Dropkick Murphys guy, and then he was very surprised about the actual band's content.
I got an idea, Chorizy. You should reach out and ask him. What band was it?
I actually commented that under someone quote tweeting him. So he would have seen it. I said I would bet $100 that it was Dropkick Murphys that upset this man. I didn't put anything additional to it. It was just that tweet. So he could have responded to me and said, "Yeah, it was. I can't believe it. I can't believe those guys."
He did post that he was at Irish Fest right before that. So I'm thinking you're up the right thing. He had a green shirt on. Usually when I'm going to party and I'm going to listen to some Dropkick, I'm going to put on a green shirt. So maybe that's what it is.
Wow. CJ throwing daggers out there. Wake me when Green Day learns the third chord. Wow.
I mean,
Chorizy, you didn't stay for Green Day, right? You were like,
hey, wrong. I did stay for like half of the Green Day set. Okay. So I when he brought out the old Fender to play, like the part of the set that's like going to be like, these are the older songs from when I was a kid, when I was into like their music, I watched all that. They didn't play anything I hadn't heard, so I was like, okay, well, I think I'm good now. But yeah, the Green Day set was good though. Good. They also brought that kid up. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if you guys saw this. So this kid,
Argyle.
This is a funny thing. Man. Like, people should be talking about this more than any of the other shit. This Argyle kid is up in the front, and like you could see like Billy start to go like, "Oh, do you really know the words? Do you really know the words? You better be serious." Blah blah blah. Brings this kid up on stage, and this kid knocks it out of the park, right? Just really, really cool moment. I thought it was cool just on its face, right? So I saw this. I retweeted that. Turns out this kid's, you see the sign on a different thing, and it says like autistic on it. So this is autistic kid. They're there with their parent. Their mom was with them, and the mom doesn't know where they've gone.
I've heard this too. Yes.
Where's my son? Like, I don't know. Right. And looking for them, and then looks up, and they're on stage singing. So it was a overall totally ridiculous moment, but I thought it was really cool. But let's make sure we focus on Guar instead. let's spend all of our time online talking about Guar.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Beef. We've silenced you for a while. Let's get you.
I'm gonna bring back 108 style here a little bit, and I just put a pic. I'm gonna put a picture up here, and this is of the ever pregnant Cardi B. You guys are aware Cardi B is currently pregnant. My question for MySoxSummer is, what say you about the size of those areola, my friend? Where are you on the areola train when it comes to your personal preference? Because I was not expecting these silver dollar pancakes that I'm getting right here. And maybe it's just I haven't paid that close attention to Cardi B. I know she's beautiful and everything. She's hot, but I usually see her shaking ass, and I never really paid attention to the flapjacks are ready, my friend. And so I want to see where you're at on the areola train, my friend.
So Cardi B, when she's pregnant here, right?
Yeah.
I want to make sure. I'm just looking real quick. Because I know when you get pregnant, your areolas get bigger anyway. Okay. Oh no, she's just got full on big old areolas at all times. You know what? I'm not hating it right now, and she's pretty proud of it because she knows that's there. When I first saw it, I thought she was just leaking, like she was having a breast milk was just getting out on her dress. But no, that is the whole areola.
That's areola, baby. That's something right there.
Listen, am I kicking her out of bed because of those areolas? Absolutely not. So I'm good with this. Yeah, I'm A-okay. I'm not changing. Nope, she's not leaving. She can stay.
Okay. So you're fine with any level of areola. Is there an areola we are not into? This is where I wanted to get to, because I wanted this to be a off point to hear MySoxSummer's thoughts on areola in general, from the Cardi B.
Let's say the first time we sat down to do the Sunday soak, and Chorizy takes his shirt off, and he has those big areolas, we would never have done the Sunday soak after that. That would I cannot sit that close to these big ass areolas. I can't do it.
Just because we got you horny, we could still do the show. All right, we can still do the show.
The comments are they got some thoughts on this John Navajo sandwich pepperonis symbols. John says she got those 90s XSS starlet Angelique.
Yeah, I know.
Might know about
who he's talking about. You know who she's talking about. Angelina. Oh man, what's her last name though?
Sewer cat.
Remember, it was like
some real dumplings.
It was the girl that we were like one of the ugliest people we've ever jacked off to, and that was my pick. She's got the big one too.
She has areola like this.
Yes.
I saw this, and I did what you did. I'm like, let me see another picture just to make sure this was not messed with or whatever. And I looked at like 5 or 6 other similar pictures. I'm like, my God, those are huge areola.
I love it. So I looked at another picture just to make sure, and then I looked at 27 other pictures just
for science,
for the bit, just for the bit.
That's for the bit.
Let's get some drinks. Gordo says, "Cheers. How are the drugs, MSS?"
I haven't broken into those yet, but trust me, I will be soon.
Our guy CJ says, "It was good seeing you guys once more. Cheers, everyone. See y'all again soon." CJ.
Hell yeah, CJ. It was great to see you. And I like you. He kept calling Michael A. Taylor Michael K. Taylor every time he struck out. He was giving the strikeout symbol. It's cracking me up.
Loaf, I'm pretty sure SPF is talking about Angelina Castro.
Yeah, those are big areolas.
And she does has similar areolas.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's no question.
And can we talk about how inclusive the porn industry is? Because even when Angelina Castro was thin, or thinner, Like she had work, you know, as a big girl, BBW. And then when she got obese and like bigger, like she still had work. They just put her in different films. Like they don't like you don't like that out or age out of porn. Like
you can just get a different role.
It's your thing. It's such an inclusive industry.
So
as
MSS,
long as you're a female.
I thought I was actually thinking about this the other day. And here's why. I was thinking I was reading this thing about AI and how it's going to replace these things. And one of the things it was mostly talking about is like commercials, like where commercials like commercial work could be very heavily impacted by AI, especially these like short form, like, you know, 15-second commercials. And we all know, like in most industries, remember with like DVD players and stuff, the porn industry kind of shifts things quite a bit.
It does.
It carries a lot of weight. And I was thinking, I don't think that the people that would be creating the AI generated stuff would realize what a plethora of different stuff people would be required to do this. And I think that if they tried to do that, if they tried to appeal to everybody, the amount of data centers that this would take, we would run out of electricity and water. I think it's like this is how we're all like, oh man,
total blackout.
World War III is going to start, or this is going to, you know, like a meteor is going to hit us or something. Nope. No. AI porn is going to suck the energy grid dry.
All our resources will be eliminated.
What do you mean they want latex, a camel, and pineapple juice? What are you talking about? That's not even a thing. No, it's a thing. Trust me. We read it on Reddit.
Tentacles?
Tentacles. No way. It'll be dinosaurs and dragons. All kinds of shit doesn't even exist. You're not even going far enough.
Oh my God.
Aliens, all kinds of shit. Like, it'll be insane.
You're right, Beef.
Porn
You're
does
right.
exist, though.
I know, but Beef is saying like dragon stuff and
it's gonna go off in wild directions.
To get weird, boys. I need 2 dragons.
That'll be someone's every day. It's normal work.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Let's do a baseball one. Baseball topic.
Love it.
So we had the interviews this weekend. I thought the interviews went really well. They were really good. Fun.
Yeah.
I hope they keep bringing that back. I think podcasters are just going to have different questions than everybody else.
Yep.
We get to think about this stuff so much, and we hear all the interviews. We want to ask some different questions. While we were talking to Gene Watson, and I was trying to suss out like who's being anointed positions. I think I felt this. I think you guys might have felt this too. But the biggest surprise out of that was them talking about Chase Mydroth very much like he is the second baseman.
Yeah.
Now,
that's right.
I do believe, Gene, that like they will bring in free agents to try and push these guys, but I think it's his to lose at this point. So my question from that though is what happens to Lenyn Sosa? Because Lenyn Sosa is dipped beneath that 100 OPS plus that we talked about a couple weeks ago. His fielding kind of stinks.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what position he plays on this team. So I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think? Beef, I'll start with you. Like, what do you think they're going to do with him?
Yeah, Tracy, it's a great question because he hit enough this year to be in the mix and be worthy of getting a bunch of plate appearances on this team. But you're right. He's not really a second baseman. And in fact, I was looking up defensive metrics for a blog that I want to write once the season ends about where the White Sox need improvement on defense. And he's a horrible second baseman. He is a decent first baseman, but he's not as good by the metrics as Miguel Vargas is a first baseman. So Miguel is a much better first baseman than Lenyn is there. So he's kind of getting squeezed out of a position in that spot. You can't just discard someone who's a league average hitter on a team this bad at this point. No. So he's got a job, in my opinion, unless they really add a bunch of stuff here, which I don't think they're going to do in the offseason. I think they're going to leave room for some guys to have growth. But as far as like his everyday position, Treasy, his best hope is they trade Andrew Benintendi in the offseason and he ends up the DH, the permanent DH for most days.
Yeah, and that I would agree with you, Loaf, that you want him to kind of go into that position. right? Like I need better fielders so that he's not even.
So he's not out there. Yes.
You can't say this is going to be our solution at first base because I don't believe that he's going to continue to hit home runs like he did this year because he's never done it before. It took him 3 years
That's
to
a
hit
really good call,
MSS,
because this is like the luck year. Like he's got 21 home runs, and it's like, do you think he's going to hit 21 home runs next year? Because if he doesn't, all of this looks way worse.
For sure.
Like all of the numbers are pumped up by the 21 home runs.
Of 100%. And that was what we were saying during the season too. We were like, you have to find a place for this guy on the field now because he is hitting the shit out of the ball.
Hang on.
Now,
John Carney wants to know what his areola situation is. How much less are you aware?
I'm wondering. So you look at a guy like Lenine, right?
It's sort of like thin pepperoni is what I'm guessing.
I almost spit.
Less than a quarter. Like he's less than a quarter.
I agree with that. Okay.
He's like dimes.
That's our best.
Like a weird
best guess, Don. Thank you for the
oddly
question.
small, right? Oddly small areolas from Lenine. But no, you just like you want him. Like you had to find some place for him this year. You don't need if he can't replicate this next year, which I mean, stats have shown he probably won't. It's going to be hard to find a place for him. Best case scenario, he keeps pounding the shit out of the ball. And I personally am looking forward to, remember the years ago, the Jake Berger video where he was just like catching the ball and just whipping it. And you didn't see where the ball went, but they're like, oh man, look at Jake Berger. They're gonna be like, oh man, Lenine's really got his arm tuned in. He's looking to go to third. And you're going to be like, bullshit. This guy is not playing third base. There's no way. Like, just sit him over there in front of a fucking, like, a fence and just shoot balls at him like fucking American Gladiator style and make him catch them. You can get better at catching. I played first base in softball, for God's sakes. Like, he can do it, and he's a major league athlete. He can play first base. So if he does continue to hit at the clip that he's hitting at, then we can put him at first. But like best case, pound the shit out of the ball. We get some real infielders, and he can DH.
Jackie Treehorn says, "Is he still ARB?" I think he's actually still on his rookie contract. I don't think he
I don't think
has
he's
enough
ARB
time.
eligible yet.
I think he's league minimum still. So again, not someone you want to toss out there. Like, he's still valuable to this team, even if he ends up being like a bench bat or you like playing him half the time or whatever. He hits enough for that. But I agree with you guys are saying about, like, as a regular player. The other thing too, Chorizy, before we hear what you think, what's so serious, the problem with him playing first is that Vargas has to play third, and Vargas isn't a particularly good third baseman. He's okay, passable, but it's a place where you got to improve on defense. As third is one of the spots, right? And so you're not going to improve at third if you have the lineup of Sosa at first and Vargas at third, and that just hurts your defense overall.
Yes.
Chorizo.
Yeah, I'm trying to check the contract, but it's loading pretty slow to see if I think he's in the precarious position of being. Well, I got to look at it.
He's out of options.
Something very specific that I want to look up. Yeah, because I think he's out of options.
He's out of options.
But he is also not ARB eligible yet. But let me just double check that.
Yeah, and Ian's in the comments, and he says he's not ARB eligible until 2027. So that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. He didn't accrue enough time over those various things to really accumulate more than a full season. So,
but that's a precarious spot to be in. That's like you're out of options, so they can't send you down. And I don't think they're going to try and pass him through waivers. I will say this.
No,
I will say this, Beef. When we do our trade with every team, him and Andrew Benintendi are my first pass with every team to see if we could trade those guys to that team. So there will be some wild ass trades trying to get those guys over there. But I think he's really tough to trade. I think he's really tough to cut.
Yes,
it is.
Like, it would have been better for the Sox for him to just suck.
Yep. He's played himself into a position, or played himself into an invite, and he gets the chance to fuck up out there. Just like our guy Daniel Palka did the following year after he smoked the shit out of the ball for a whole year.
He's having his Palka year. I agree.
You give him a chance. You let him fuck up, and I think that's something that you show these young kids. Hey, if you perform and you do what you're supposed to, you're going to get a shot up here. And I think that they know that and they see that now. Hey, before we get off of the Sunday talk, I don't know if anybody else is going to bring it up. I just want to say how happy I am that you, Chorizo, and I are about the same age, Loaf. Because God help us, if we fucking end up going in here, and Ian I know is in the comments, but Ian looking like he brought his sons to fucking podcast row in fucking the Liney Lounge, okay? Like at least when we're together,
or they brought their dad. Look at isn't that nice? They brought their dad out with them.
Their dad. Elijah and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Dylan.
I knew it. Dylan, there you go. So, but Elijah's there, and they're such nice kids too. So you did a really good job raising them, Ian. But yeah, it was like it was just so funny. I saw this picture. I was watching the videos today just to see what other people had and some of their like what clips they got. And so I was listening to it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man, Ian looks like this guy's dad. Holy shit!
Why it's Louis C.K. there? That's Ian, motherfucker.
The Jackie Treehorn dad thinks he's part of the podcast. I'm sorry, Ian. I didn't mean to do you dirty.
I was gonna say, Ian, I said hi to your son. Yeah, I know. He brought his son with him too. Like that was a funny part of it too. It's the best.
You know what? So okay, Ian, and you can answer this when you hear it in 22 seconds. How does your son think it's cool that you do this? Does he see that and you get him into these places and he's like, yeah, my dad is cool? Or is he like my daughter's just like, expect it now? Like, I would like to know.
I got an additional
neither
thing
one of
on
my
this,
daughters.
actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys don't mind. Because
No, I have something too, but yeah.
Because my you go ahead, Chorizy, and I'll come after you.
Just
you
two
come
quick
first,
things.
I come second.
One, I think
Angelique Castro.
one of my favorite things about the whole situation was I listened to the Sox machine one. Now Josh was right next to us. Right?
He was right next to us.
Holy shit! I can hear Beef all because I know Beef. His tone, everything so well that I could hear it anywhere. Me and Chorizy were. I think this was in Pittsburgh. I heard Beef on a different floor when we were waiting for the elevator because he was at the elevator and I could hear him through the elevator because like I just know the sound. And like I'm in the car with Chorizy and I'm like, wait, let me rewind that. And she's like, oh my God, that's Beef. And I can hear him in the background of another podcast. He's so loud.
Oh yeah.
So I love that. But what I really liked, so our guy Tony hooked us up with a pizza.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
We grabbed a couple beers. Everybody from the different podcasts came. We're having some pizza together. We're talking some shit. That does not happen enough. That's like,
agreed.
I was almost upset that this is so infrequent. Like a bunch of dudes that spend all their time talking about the Sox never sit down and have a goddamn beer and talk about the Sox. It's upsetting to me. Yeah, we got to fix that.
We do got to fix that.
That is true. And it's not just come to our event. Like we need to have a universal event. Loaf.
Not even
White
a universal
Sox
event. Like,
White
no,
Sox
we're going to be up
Union.
here. Let's go drink.
Well, I had the idea before. I have an
White
idea
Sox Twitter
of
Union. Maybe we do it.
We do a meetup every twice a year, I think was my idea with someone on a podcast. And we go into it camaraderie, but exchange ideas. However, you only think of ideas for the other guys. So this way, there is no idea stealing because all the ideas are going out to the other ones. It's none of your shit that you want to keep for yourself. And then everyone to be a little more open and free about what they think about stuff. I think it could be fun.
Or you talk about
my first
that,
idea,
shoot the shit.
My first idea to Ian and those guys, since he's in the comments, dress up like Guar, start cutting Jerry Reinsdorf's head off.
Get a wallet chain to look more like the use.
It depends on who's there. They might try to push us out of this idea, so you never know. I had 3 quick thoughts about the Sunday interviews. Thought number 1, we were boozing our dicks off the entire week because we had obviously our bobblehead on Tuesday. We had the tailgate on Saturday and whatever, and that's what we normally do. And we're the drunk uncles, and then on Sunday we're the first ones there and the first ones set up. And so my question for you guys is it just because, we're as talented as all the other podcasts and we're not the schmucks everyone thinks? And should they all be embarrassed because we finished there first or not?
I mean, obviously everybody should be embarrassed when they're around us. We've got armadillos in our trousers. But I would say, no need to be embarrassed. But you know what, though? I do think that the next time someone is like, "Oh man, I didn't get to this because I was out last night or something, or I did this," like we couldn't just figure out the timing, bruh. Come on,
let's go.
I was at Riot Fest for 3 days. I still made that thing.
You did, and you wore a collared shirt.
Well, I mean, it was our collared shirt, but yes,
professional eater, absolutely.
And you guys did you did the tailgate and Cork the night before.
Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't Cork, but yes,
we went to Cork. Yeah.
I will say I did Cork as well.
And I carried all that equipment on my back.
Oh, we were
foot.
We were a sweaty mess when we got there, and I'll tell you, when I left, it was just sun blazing. Yeah, and like I had jeans on. I had the work shirt. Yep. By the time I got to my car, I mean, I turned the air on as high as it would go, and just like I was just pumping it the whole way home, just to try and be dry, not to even cool off. Just I was that sweaty.
You're just dripping.
Question number 2: do you think the White Sox put us in there in a group like that, where it was almost like speed dating? The interviews like speed dating because we're all right next to each other. This one's jump over this one. This one's to this one. Do you think they did that so that they could listen back to the interviews of the same person with different groups and judge our quality of interview for future reference, for future invites to these things?
I think they did this because I think it's a trial, because we've heard about this before. We knew there was like a podcast row. They've been wanting to do a podcast row at Sox Fest, and then also spring training. So I think they were like, hey, these are the guys that have been the most active or have said the most and have gotten whatever type of stuff. Come to our events. Let's see how they do when given like very dramatically different people. Like Gene Watson is not a name that most people know, right? Like it's not like that's a diehard type of person that knows that Gene Watson's in the front office for the White Sox. So he's entertaining as fuck, and he is like just electric. Like so, but he needs that shine. Like somebody needs to give him that. And so I think this is like was a trial. It was like, I want to see what these guys can do. Everyone can do. And what voices are we getting out of there from each of these different places? I think you're right, Loaf. I think they're looking for like how these people play and how they don't. And also how these people, the talent plays with us, right. And like the podcast people.
Yeah.
Because we're very different. Like Josh Nelson is a buttoned up Big J Journal guy. Like that's what he is. He's not telling Mike Downey, oh, you're tired because you were partying too hard with Abreu the last 2 nights in the suite. Like no one even brings that up because no one probably sees Mike Downey on the big screen behind Jose Abreu taking pictures for social media. But I do, and I'm going to call him out. I think we have such a really good relationship with everyone that we well, not Gene, because we didn't know Gene. We have a good relationship with him now. But I'll say
he loves us. That's right.
When the guy comes over and goes, "Where's my invite to the hot tub?" and you're like,
"Whoa,
hey, that's next time. You gotta earn it here." But he did, and that guy's awesome. But yeah,
I think about it a little bit differently, Beef. So if I'm thinking about it from what is, because obviously Brooks is navigating this whole situation. Right. Like, I mean, it's his guys underneath him that are doing it, but he's navigating it. If you were to want to get some shine for a guy like Mike Downey, if you want to get Connor McKnight, who's, your in-game guy, some press, because they've had great seasons, right? Like Mike has done a tremendous job this year. I think everybody has said a lot of good things about the promotions, even if you hate the fucking team, even whatever. I think, but people aren't dying, like the mainstream media guys, like the big journal guys are not asking for Downey. They're not asking for Schrift. They're not asking for Con, right? And so he's getting his guys out in an avenue that he knows he can get it out in, and getting them to talk to all these people and a bunch of different ways are getting out there. And then, but when you want to bring in all these people, everybody wants to talk to a baseball guy too, right? So you bring in the goddamn best relationship guy, the guy who knows how to talk to all this, the guy who's going to say the nicest things about Getsy. Like, that's who you bring in. And Gene Watson's that guy. And I loved our conversation with Gene Watson. I thought he told us more than I expected to hear from a guy. But also, like, he's been doing this kind of shit. He's been talking to everybody in the league for years. He knows how to do this. So that's the guy you bring in. Right. And so I thought it was a nicely calculated way of going, we've got some guys that people need to hear from and that we want to kind of pump up that, like, we did a good job this year in these different aspects. Yep. And that was, I'm fine being used to to participate in that, because I think that I would agree. Like, I would love to, we had Downey on this year, right? Like,
earlier in the year we've had him on,
and we've wanted to have Watson on. We've talked about that multiple times. So for me, it was like, we're getting kind of all the stuff that we want.
We're getting the guys we want to have.
We've had John and Downey on. We want those guys. We already wanted Watson to come on. So we got exactly who we wanted, except Brooks, because Brooks was too big of a pussy to come on with us.
He was scared because we'll ask real questions. He can't hide from us. That's right. He cannot hide from us. He knows that. He knows better than that.
We wouldn't ask him.
We wouldn't ask
him. Oh, go ahead. I
just we wouldn't ask him when Sox Fest was, because we know he's not going to tell us. We would have said, you bring mullet night back, or we're going to break your hand on this table.
I just wonder, I didn't know, like, were we the ones, because we request Gene Watson all the time. This was like our third time, because people are, Mike Downey was always like, you need to talk to Gene Watson. This is who you should talk to. Like, you should talk to this guy.
Brooks told us that too.
Brooks said the same thing. This guy has great stories. You need to hear these stories. You got to talk to this guy. So we asked him. So I'm wondering, like, did anybody else ask for him? Did Sox on 35th say, get me Gene Watson? Did CHGO say, get me Gene Watson? Or was us saying, get us Gene Watson? And they're like, Gene, guess what? You got to do all these podcasts.
You got to talk to all these people.
Because, like,
we screwed them over on Sunday morning, is what you're saying.
Like, and we could, I can show you the email that I sent to Colin. Like, he's number one. Like, on our
wish list.
Side, Gene Watson is number one. Right after that, Barfield. Like, Josh Barfield is right after that. And then we're like, if we're getting crazy, give me Chris Getz. All right. Like, we'll obviously we'll love
that's
that.
Not happening too.
But, like, this is good training wheels. All right. What's your next question?
Last question. Were there any questions in the 3 interviews you didn't get to that you wanted to ask? Chorizo.
So I did want to ask, I wanted to do a follow-up on the question to Watson about the free agents to push the young players, because I think he danced around it quite a bit.
He did, yeah.
And I think, like, that's a part of, like, me not really having experience in these types of situations, where, like, I was, like, thinking about, like, what to talk about, and, like, trying to, like, stay on my game about, like, keeping the thing going.
Yep.
That, like, if I had was a little more, seasoned in this, I would have asked some follow-ups on the free agent piece. Like, you're doing these buckets. What buckets are you looking at every position, or are there positions that you're prioritizing because you don't have a person there yet, and you're trying to put pressure on someone, and just see what he would say? I don't think we would have got too much, but I just would have felt better asking the question, because I think I let a danced answer go by me, and I don't like to end something like that. Like, if I were interviewing somebody for a job at my company, I would be like, I should ask that guy another question, and I probably would have, because I'm more of a prick in those situations.
Yeah, real life Chorizo.
We believe it, actually. So how about you, MSS? Anyone you missed? Anything you wanted to ask?
No, because you guys are really good at that. Like, you put out a really good open-ended questions, and then that's when I go in and, like, while I'm listening to answers, start thinking about the things I want to know about, like, on top of that. And, like, yeah, I was happy to get off a couple 2-3 questions that I had in my head, like, talking to Gene about the, what do you look at it for in a player?
Besides, the player makeup was a great answer. Like he gave you a great answer from that one. Yeah, that was awesome.
And that was like really all I was looking for. Like I figure if I get one good one in, I retain the reputation of being a baseball guy, that I can still be along in the podcast. So like you have one good touchdown celebration. That's all I need. I don't need to score all year, just once or twice, So I see this Mark guy is in here, Mark is the guy that got married. It
looks like he's the guy that got married, right?
That's who this is. Mark.
Oh, that's awesome.
The last game of the season, and he goes, "Hey, MSS, I'm like, you're the guy that got married on the field," and because he just followed me, and I was like, he's like, I just got on. I don't know if he just got on Twitter, but he's not big on Twitter because he doesn't have a lot of followers. And I was like, did some guy just make up this persona and steal his name? I'm like, that would be insane, like with his real last name and everything. And so he is the guy that got married on the field, and like just like. At some point, we should have him on. And he can explain a lot of that stuff because Mike did a good job too, talking about everything. He was like, it was just crazy. It just went right there. But yeah, that's Mark. So congratulations, Mark.
He's Simba Cam the kid too, right? Like
yes.
there. Yeah,
that was awesome. His kid too.
That was awesome.
Baby, this is the baby. And my wife, she was not as impressed. She was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." Like, come on,
I did like a celebrity. I did like in the interview that Downey was like. The most impressive part was that Kittle didn't go off script. He just did what he was supposed to do.
It's good.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
MSS, what's up?
Well, you know what? It feels less fun because they won tonight. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the historic collapse that could potentially be happening in Detroit. Like, in like... I don't know. There's a lot of things that are going on here that kind of make me smile on the inside. First being that, AJ Hinch is supposed to be the great savior. And here they're going like, we're in first place for 184 days and are no longer in first place. So that's number one, which is kind of funny to me. The sacred golden microphone voice guy is up there and, he's trying to get to a second job, but playoffs are looming. But I wonder if behind the scenes, if that guy is pulling for his team to lose so he can just go focus on football like he wants to.
Well, they don't work the playoffs. So that's an interesting question.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't. That's right.
The interesting question, though, is he going to be there this weekend?
Yeah.
Because this is a huge college football weekend. Yeah, like so Saturday game, which could be the day, right? Because of the tiebreaker. That could be the day that everything's decided. Be interesting to see if he's calling the game Saturday or Sunday.
That will be. Yeah. That will be interesting, especially with the playoffs, division, everything on the line.
And so it's also hard too because I don't want to cheer for the Guardians, not at all. I didn't want them to be where they're at. But you know what? They're fucking taking it. They're like, we're going to take this and we're going to go out there and they're whooping ass. And I just think this is just such a crazy situation going up there because and I'm wondering how many people that,
so Figglesworth said he will be there.
Okay.
So since Apple has it tomorrow, he wouldn't be on that. But right. So Saturday or Sunday, he will be there or both. So we'll see.
Possibly
both. Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool.
So Jason's going out. Jason's going to stick with him.
Good for Tigers fans.
Now, I will say, MSS, I would love the Tigers to get knocked out of the playoffs completely.
That would be fun.
And then the Guardians to get their asses kicked first round. That would be...
That's perfect, right? That's perfect.
My little Grinch heart would grow 3 sizes.
I did get a text today. You're like, how far do you think that the Guardians will make it into the playoffs if they make it? And I go, not far. I go, they're going to be gassed by the end. I mean, they're going to be like Detroit was last year. They limped in, or powered in, and then like they're just like,
you're out of it, right? You hustled your ass off to get in there a little bit. Yeah. I was thinking about it this way. I love the collapse mainly because early in the season, I think I had Alex Rude on a Aju, and we were talking about how fraudulent we thought the Tigers were. We did not believe it a goddamn bit. So I'm happy that they're collapsing only to be right, but I'm with Chorizy. I'm against all AL Central teams.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah. Any other AL Central teams, and Mark's in, so we could anytime
Okay.
we want. We'll get.
Mark, absolutely. We'll reach out sometime this next week. We'll get you on the show pretty soon. We'll talk this up. This will be fun.
That'll be a good time.
But yeah, so Beef, gambling angle, right? Let's say Tigers get knocked out, Guardians are in.
Yep.
Whoever they're playing, we're betting to win the AL pennant, right? Because you're getting past the first round on the Guardians. You got to assume that. So your odds are there's implied odds there, like that it's going to be better.
It's your survivor strategy, Chorizy. You want to bet against a team that can't score. The Guardians can't score.
They got at least have a negative.
Unless they have a negative ball over the first baseman's head, they cannot score.
Negative run differential, and they're in first place.
Yeah, they're going to win the division. It's crazy.
It's incredible.
Absolutely insane.
John Carney wonders if Tiger fans are looking for La Russa. I don't think they are yet.
I think so.
But
I'll
tell you this, though. I bet you AJ Hinch's seat is going to be hella hot if they don't win the division, and especially if they don't make the playoffs. He might be fired. I mean, he might be out of there.
Coming from his background, cheating and only winning when you're cheating, maybe this is the problem.
He's got a lot of shitty records when they're not with the Astros.
How's Belichick doing in North Carolina? I haven't been following.
Just great. Absolutely great. No question.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
So I got one quick White Sox topic that I want to ask you guys about.
All right.
Shane Smith and Mike Vassell. Have they fucked up White Sox fans' understanding of what to expect from a Rule 5 draft? The poor, because we're gonna have the number 2 pick, right, this year in the Rule 5.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Whoever that poor fuck is, right? Sox fans are gonna be like, "Oh man, pencil him in, whatever position he's. That guy's on the roster. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be great again." Right?
Yeah, no, they
fucked this up for everybody.
People, look, everyone has said it, and you think people are mentally prepared for it, Chorizy. But they don't understand that what we just got out of the Rule 5 draft is 5 years worth of everyone's production in the Rule 5 draft on one team in one goddamn season, right? All the teams, that's about how much they're going to get out of the Rule 5 draft. We got it in 1 year. And so now you're right, next year, when they draft some reliever that never ends up making the roster, everyone's going to be like, this guy stinks, man. He couldn't get anything out of the Rule 5. They blow, whatever. They're going to be so pissed when they get nothing out of the Rule 5, which is what you expect. You expect to get absolutely nothing out of it.
Jackie Traran says, I remember being jazzed by some Nationals catcher they took a decade ago. Nieto. This was Nieto. Because, they rostered his ass. They were like, we can't possibly lose this guy. We can't possibly. He's the worst catcher in the league. Let's keep him.
Ian says, potential ace with the second pick. Book it. Let's go.
Nope.
JT, Rule 5 equals all-star. That's right.
I'm going to go counterpoint, and I'm going to say Sox front office has finally figured out how to acquire good talent in the Rule 5 draft. Maybe they have cracked the code, and they are going to get a plethora of players in the Rule 5 draft now that will help us.
The problem, MSS, is that, there's a certain pool of players for this, and it always is just a certain pool of players.
Right.
Everybody gets what they get out of it, and no one ever gets shit out of it. In fact, I remember talking about this maybe a year or two ago, where we're like, they should just get rid of this because none of these guys ever play, or they should change the rules so that you could take this guy and have him with one option, right? You only have one option, and then you have to dump him. So I don't know. I'm very concerned about how our fan base is going to react to this year's Rule 5, but that's all I have on that one. Oh, we clicked at the same time.
You guys did it.
Motherfucker.
Where is
Beef? What do you got?
Boys, I'm back to the White Sox. Chorizy drives me fucking nuts when he talks about smashing two people together and becoming stationed. So I'm turning it on him right now. I want to look at the 2026 White Sox, And I'm going to list you 3 guys or 3 combos that I'm going to smash together like station and ask you which one of the smash together players you would take on the 2026 White Sox. You guys ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Okay. Player number 1 is going to be Dominic Fletcher smashed together with Brooks Baldwin. Okay. Ultimate outfield guy. Player number 2 is going to be Brian Ramos smashed together like station with Curtis Mead. And player number 3 is going to be Wickelman Gonzalez smashed together with Jonathan Cannon. Chorizy-E, which station are you taking out of these 3?
I mean, as much as the first one sounds good, the last one is beautiful. Jonathan Cannon had Wickelman's stuff. Oh, I would pencil him in easy as our number 5. There'd be no problem. No, but really, I mean, like that would be. You're looking at the two guys. Yeah. Like either you have a reliever that has electric stuff and control.
Exactly. That's the key for him, right?
Or you have a starter that could get you a good amount of innings and has some movement on their pitches and stuff. Heat can bring some heat. That would be the one. That's the most valuable combination you had there. If you had Lenine Sosa in any of them, I might have had to take it because Station has an excellent Martian butt, and Lenine would fill that void.
I didn't want to take any player who was kind of good enough on their own to start on the team. So I didn't do that. Yeah, that's right. So MSS, what are you thinking here?
I'm going to go with the first one. I'm going to take Dom and Brooks because
smash them together. Yep.
We can never have too many outfielders. Honestly, I mean, we need
Brooks with Dom's defense, Brooks' speed and power with Dom's excellent defense in the outfield. Yeah, I mean that is a starter, 100%.
Somehow there's not enough bat still.
There isn't.
Well, yeah, I mean the on base is like 275 still, but so what? We got everything else we need right there. You just made Michael A. Taylor, but really young in the aggregate right there.
Yes. No, that's who I would take.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement. That's the one I would also take because that was what got my mind peaked at actually doing that, so that I had to make the other. No love for the Curtis Mead and Brian Ramos.
I think
combo because all it's doing is
the same thing.
Well, I was going to say what it's doing is like Mead has like the plate discipline is better approach, whereas Ramos has big power and athleticism. I don't know if combining them makes them a real third baseman or not, but I thought it was the closest thing because I was looking like we need a third baseman. Obviously, we need outfielders. Like MS was saying, like I was looking in those directions.
Go like, what is? I still don't know what position that guy plays. I still don't know what position that station plays. But I do think the Cannon one ends up in the bullpen.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
MSS.
Yeah. Loaf, this question isn't just for you.
Okay.
But I think you'll have the most fun with it. So I'm going to ask you to go first. The White Sox have seemingly turned a corner. It's starting to be fun. It's fun bad, as we said on a shirt that Mike Downey actually wanted, and I gave him one. So he got a fun bad shirt. Okay. When should we expect the new influx of podcasts looking to cash in on the team that's getting more popular? When are we going to get back to the 40 podcasts like we had around, 2019, 2020? When everyone was like, we're in now, buddy. We've been here for a while, but now we're waking back up. So when should we expect it? Is it going to be next season, or are we going to be 2 seasons?
That's a good question, MSS. Because there's 2 layers to this, in my opinion. Because you kind of mentioned it. There's the dormant podcasts that have kind of like they were there. They're still laying in the weeds, but you never hear about them anymore. Like they're not regularly doing podcasts. They're kind of what is weird about this, like where the Sox have gone really bad and down, is that for some reason Sox on 35th has picked up. They're doing more podcasts. Like they're doing theirs more regularly, which is the opposite of what you would think would happen in the situation. But they're the only weirdos from that perspective. Everyone who is doing it regularly now was doing it generally before. There haven't really been a lot of new ones, but there are a lot that have fallen back, a lot that is like you'll start seeing them peak up, right? But then you'll have an influx of new ones. Oh, I got to get my voice out there now. I think that and we talked a little bit about this with White Sox Dave before. I try to sell him on the fact that if the White Sox in the second half of 2026 are a 500 team, then okay, you're barking up the right tree here. So I think if they have a hot start in 2026, if you have all the like right now they're trailing the run differential by 10 or 11 games. If you have that shit flip on its head, where they're kind of getting really lucky and winning a lot of one-run games to start 2026, and they head into the All-Star break where they're like a 500 team, where it's like, whoa, what's going on here? You will see the rocket ship of podcasts come flowing in. What you need is like a level of competence where it's not like they're losing. The average person looks at this. We're looking at this with excitement. The average person's looking at this as like, this team sucks again. They lost 100 games again. The whole thing's terrible. Everything sucks. We're looking at it from, we watched every game and we're like, oh my God, this is a lot better. Now they've got a little unlucky and they're still not a good team yet, but dude, you see some stuff here. Mm-hmm. But the average fan, if they got out to like, let's say next year, they were 20-15 to start the year and just got out to a hot start, they would be the talk of the town that, oh my God, they turned around this team or whatever. And then that's when the influx would be coming. We know it'd be iron pyrite. It'd be fool's gold. But regardless, that's when everyone will start coming in. So I think the first time they get hot, where it's visible in the record. They got hot in the second half here, but they're already so far down, no one could really notice it. Yes. If they get hot out of the gate like that, everyone's coming back.
Chorizy,
I will tell you, I got a chance to hang out with Steve-O at Riot Fest this weekend. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's fine. he's just fine, not podcasting.
Okay, all right.
I don't know where Hot Take Tommy is. Maybe but I think Steve-O is hung it up. I think he's good. But over. I think this is how the Civil War starts. I think this is what we've talked about this a little bit, and I think that's where it begins, right? Look, when people come back, we'll see how people receive them. That's gonna be the interesting thing.
Hey, thanks for keeping our seat warm. We're here to drink your beers now, and you're like, no, you're not. Get the fuck out. Exactly. I guess a second part of that question, to a certain extent, is when are we going to get the new influx of season ticket holders coming back to the 108? Remember about 2019, 2020, everyone was buying a package. Everyone had a package coming out to games. Are we going to get that again? Or is that going to be further
I feel like
along because it's more of a financial investment than
I feel like that's coming in hot. I mean, our guy Gabriel already sent me what seat he's going to be in so that we know what the bet's going to be next year. But I think MSS, that's your bet next year. That's your bet.
Well,
I'll chip in.
If we all chip in, we're good.
It's got to be higher than $20. You can't.
The whole season. 81 games.
100% agree with you. $108 bet for a game.
There we go. That works.
Sit in the seat. Yes. And I will cover at least $50 of that. So I'll pay half. You guys pay the other half-ish. You know,
I'm down.
All right.
Beef, you think season ticket holders picking up?
No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. I think we're way far away from that. Actually, that's like you're like, or is that too much of a financial? It's too much of a financial commitment. Yeah. Everyone who did that was like buying into the rebuild or whatever. They're not going to buy into a rebuild again. See, they're not going to jump in on it's going up. They're only going to believe it when it's actually happening. So, like, it's going to be more like a 2005 situation where no one was going to the games, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, they're in first place in July, and then everyone started coming to games. Like, that was kind of the thing. That's what has to happen for there to be a lot of influx back in.
You ain't got to jump in. The seats ain't running out. You're not going to be on the wait list.
Correct. Yes. There's no incentive. I'm not hating on the people. I'm just saying this is the behavior I expect. You know, that's it.
I agree with their outlook, to be honest.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Okay, hold on. So David Crosby put this in the chat, and I'm going to read it. And I wasn't. Should we address this or should we not address this?
Up to you. Go for it.
I think we should address it. David Crosby puts in our chat, Sox in the Basement really loves the 108. And we had been alerted and listened to it.
Us. Yeah.
And so we listened to the podcast, and it's interesting. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go listen to Chris's podcast, which is fine. But they're talking about what went down on Sunday, and it's like, oh, there's all these podcast people in there, and they're all going to ask the same questions, but they're not going to ask hard questions. and you're not gonna. And we're outsiders, and we never be invited to this. We can't have these people on, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Listen, we're critical. Sox Machine is critical. We're critical. Future Sox is very critical.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are critical of our organization.
CHGO.
Very, like, all very critical people that were involved in this thing on Sunday. And it's there's being critical, and there's being fair, and there's being crazy. Now, saying, they would never put somebody on here because I'm going to ask them the hard questions, and I can't do that. You won't allow this person to be gone. We could have asked anything we wanted to on Sunday.
Yeah,
whether or not they would have answered it, who knows?
What critical question are you going to ask Mike Downey?
Right. But it's like, but you know what I'm saying, Chorizy.
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm also asking, like, who could we have been more critical with? Like, what question could I ask Gene Watson that would be like so tough and that he would be like, I don't even know how to answer that question. Like, also, he would just not answer that question. Who the fuck am I? But like, I don't get the idea of like that them being more critical or something. That's weird to me. I will say that when we were there, we looked around and Beef, you said it. It's like, I'm surprised Lanuti's not here.
Yes,
I did say that.
We kind of all were like, why isn't Chris here? Like that was a weird miss.
Yeah, and like I feel like I can speak for everybody. We like Chris and Ed, and we like Sox in the Basement.
I got no beef with them.
And I would have liked it if he wanted to say some shit, which it sounded like he indirectly did because he was like, they are in your stadium, they're drinking your beers, they're doing that stuff. That's why
I wish he would have just said it on his chest and named us. Just say it, Chris. Don't be a pussy. Okay. Just say our names. You know us. You're not going to hurt our feelings. Trust me.
We play a little bit with
everybody. Like you. Go ahead, say some shit, man.
We have fun.
No big deal. Yeah.
And it's okay. And it's like it's not a big deal. And you can be critical of us too. But
absolutely. Yeah.
Listen,
we still got to do a live show together at Cork, but you better, if you're going to do it with us, you better go, what the fuck, guys? And give us some shit.
And call us out.
Right.
Call us out. And
don't be a coward.
Might not be able to hear you because I'll have our bobbleheads on each side of my ears and holding them up so people can see them. But, hey, no big deal. It's just like, that's just what it is sometimes. But yeah, no, I didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt to hear it, but I was just like, come on, you don't need to do that. You're not the rebel. You're not the rebel guy that you think you are. Come on, just be that guy. All right.
I ain't got anything else on that one. I mean, well, I'm just having trouble.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
All right, so I want to show you a picture, guys. So Spaceballs 2 released this picture. So I love this. Spaceballs 2 is starting production. What's funny about this picture? A couple things. One is that it is a complete rip of when Star Wars came back and did the Force Awakens picture.
Wow. But
two, I don't know if you look in the bottom right corner, there's a chair with a pizza on it.
With a pizza on it,
yes. They're teasing Pizza the Hut or possibly Pizza the Hut's kid. I don't know what it is.
Wow, I love it.
But I just saw Spinal Tap 2. I really enjoyed it. My question to you guys is, because I was watching before I saw Spinal Tap 2, the trailers were going, there's a remake of The Running Man coming up. Would you guys rather have a way past its time sequel drop or a remake of a movie drop?
I think from recent experience, Chorizy, like I saw that they were remaking Roadhouse. I had zero interest in watching it.
It's terrible.
Beverly Hills Cop 4 or Coming to America, I was in. I wanted to check that out. And those way past their prime, like next movie in line kind of thing, because they can draw back on the nostalgia or whatever. When you try to remake an original, unique character who is just like stuck in your head, an indelible person playing this role that you always remember for your entire life, and they try to redo it, it just always feels phony to me. I'm never really buying into it. So I always want that long-awaited sequel, even if I know it's gonna be horrible, even if I know it's gonna be cheesy or whatever, just because it'll be fun. It'll bring me back to the original movie that I really loved, which the remakes never do for me.
Man.
MSS.
So originally when you said this, I was like, didn't they already remake The Running Man with Colin Farrell? And no, that's
Total Recall. That's Total Recall.
Why are we picking all these garbage movies from Arnold Schwarzenegger and remaking them? I don't understand.
The thing is, though, that both of those are cult classics, right? Like, so who are you trying to sell this to? Because the people who love the cult classic, they like all the bad stuff in it,
right?
Like the three titty lady is part of the
might be looking at that right now.
You can't have a new three titty lady. Like
they did,
right? No, you can't.
But they did.
And I'm sure they did. Impressive. I'm sure they did, but I
mean, she's pretty good.
It's not what it is.
Chorizo.
Did someone say, "I wish I had three hands"? Because if they didn't, huge miss.
I'm sure they did. And then he winked at the camera and like broke that third wall. I would rather see. See when you sell it as past its prime, can it still be good though? Like
it can, because
I'll take that.
Like Spinal Tap 2, for example. I thought Spinal Tap 2 was very funny. Like I thought they did a great job. And the part about it is that Christopher Guest has redone versions of Spinal Tap, right, with all of his movies, documentary style, mockumentary style, I should say. And he's done that for a long time. And the thing with Spinal Tap was they didn't have the rights to do a lot of the stuff to even make the second one until just recently. And that's why it took so long to come out. So they've had ideas. They've probably talked about this over the years. These guys are friends. It's probably been a thing that they've been talking about and like built up to, and they've finally made it. And that's great.
Okay.
Spaceballs 2, I'm a little less enthusiastic about, because I don't know when the last Mel Brooks banger was. I don't quite remember it.
And he's a little up there in years, Chorizy. He's a little.
Right.
It might be,
he did bring in Josh Gad to help out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I do like Josh Gad. So like, I think there's potential here, but also if they were like, we're making a remake of Spaceballs, I would absolutely not see it. I would be totally out on it.
Right. Who wants to see that? No one wants to see that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the too late remake, or not the remake, the too late sequel.
The too late sequel. The too late sequel is probably the better version. Maybe though, Hollywood, some original ideas, please.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Beef.
Boys, we got a problem. I'm going to put a picture up here. We have a big problem, in my personal opinion. That right there is Sophie Rain, for those who don't know. Actually, Bonita called me a pervert earlier this year for saying, because I knew who Sophie Rain was. And then she had mentioned Sophie Rain. I said, I know who that is. And she said I'm a huge pervert.
Like, I have a heartbeat.
My issue here is, what the fuck exactly is Shaq doing at Sophie Rain's 21st birthday party? The Diesel is 53 years old, friends. And he was already pretty weird and creepy on Angel Reese's podcast a few months back. Is it a time for us to have a talk with Unc? Do even harsher measures need to be taken on Unc? Because he's making the other Uncs like us look bad. Because he's hanging around a little too much, being a little too old, being a little too horny in these spots. I mean, look at this shit. This shit looks ridiculous. And look at the look on his goddamn face. Like he's getting ready to go to the buffet. Take it easy, Shaq. We cannot have this, all right? Boys, what are your thoughts? Because I saw this, I was outraged. I was like, I might have to, and Shaq kicked my ass, but I have a talk with Unc and say, this is enough. You got to cut this shit out.
Was this after one of his 4 million commercial shoots? Did he did a commercial with Sophie Rain?
Not that I'm aware of. No, not that I'm aware of.
That's
he's not a new
ask.
spokesperson for the general, is what you're telling me. Okay.
Is he a part investor in her career? Does he own OnlyFans? I mean, I don't know. Like he could potentially own all this stuff, so he is just there. Yeah.
Mike Howard says DJing, bro. That's what Shaq says. I don't want to hear that bullshit. All right. I do not want to hear that bullshit about him DJing. All right. I see exactly what the fuck he's doing right here. All right? I've seen that look before. All right. You know what? I was born at night, but not last night. All right. I know what the fuck is going on here. Stop it.
I don't see a record in sight in front of Shaq right now.
I don't see a CD player. I don't see a goddamn laptop, but I see a grinning motherfucker right in front of a really hot young girl. That's what I see right now.
So I just did ask the Chat GPT if Shaq and Sophie Rain know each other. And they do not know each other in any meaningful, personal, or long-term way. They have crossed paths publicly recently. Sophie Rain posted pictures from her 21st birthday in Las Vegas, which included her being with Shaq at a club. Reports say that Shaq was DJing at the venue and at some point interacted with her during the event. I bet he did.
Yeah, it looks like
I might have to hobble my ass over there too, just to say hi every once in a while. Media write-ups suggest that their meeting was more of a chance encounter rather than the established relationship.
For sure. Yeah.
Listen,
I took the chance there. I think with Shaq.
As the big titty White Sox Twitter girl says, horny leads us astray sometimes. So I can understand why Shaq is there. Is he giving us a bad name? No. We've talked about this before, Loaf and Chorizy. I used to look at people and think, wow, that's really pathetic for an old person to do. But now I'm thinking, I hope I can still do shit like that when I'm old too. You know, like, hey, it sucks, but like it could be a little cringe, but like at least he's still got the balls to go over there.
Extremely
and
cringe.
Wait, I'm bringing this back up now.
Read it.
This was a joke at first, as I've seen MSS hit cork with that look, and now I'm questioning, did he actually see that? Because I feel like you're just kind of. Yeah, that's your vibe.
So MSS and Shaq both need their balls tasered before they go out. That's what I'm hearing.
Take it easy.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Oh, MSS wants to get off this one. He's had enough of that.
I didn't do that.
I hit the button. I was one with the button.
He hit it.
Beef, what do you got?
He just did one. Oh, you go right back to him.
I got another one right now. Because we're going to stay on this tip, but actually we got to get you guys.
I don't think the well's dry. I want more beef here.
You got to get you guys back in the right shape here. So this one will be really quick. Sister Jean, apparently 106 years old, has retired as a chaplain for Chicago. Basically because she can no longer physically be a presence in the office. I just have 3 words about Sister Jean.
Oh, no.
And they are dry ass pussy.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
I don't even want to get off this one. I want to still talk about this.
What do you want to talk about? Dry ass pussy?
I just want to say Jesus is one of the worst employees of all time. Making someone work till they're 106? I mean, a pension plan at 80 would have been enough.
Legit.
All right? 106. If I work until I'm 106, I've been dead for 56 years. This outrageous, Jesus. Be better. Be better.
In a wheelchair.
Bro, 106, brother.
Come on.
We'll all be a worm feast by then. Don't worry about sitting in a wheelchair. You'll be eaten by worms then, motherfucker. Take it easy.
And honestly, at 106, how much work you actually doing? I mean, if she wakes up, it's a blessed day. Like you don't need to be. At least that's what I think, anyway.
Danny Trejo's an American treasure. He can work forever. That's fine. He's happy to work. MSS.
As long as he's not getting jumped by gang.
What's up, MSS?
That's me, okay. I only have a couple more, which is good because we're approaching the 2-hour mark. Here it is. I saw this. Somebody posted this on Sox on 35th Facebook page about Garrett Crochet, and says, I know who we got for Garrett Crochet, who Pedro Grifol babied because they didn't think he could handle lots of innings. But Carlos Rodon became a free agent in November 2021 after the White Sox made another poor decision by not giving him a qualifying offer. Both Crochet and Rodon have 17 wins. And the stat shows in front, Garrett Crochet has pitched 197.1 innings, He was the first pitcher to hit 250 strikeouts this year.
Yep.
He's like, what is he, 17-5 or something? Or is it more?
Having a great
it might
year.
even be more. He's having a hell of a year.
Yeah.
But I thought the next best thing, like showing here, Carlos Rodon is third on this list of innings pitched. And boys, was this a gigantic miss by the White Sox by not keeping these guys around? Or did we harbor them when they were fucking hurt and now they can perform well because they didn't do shit when they were here?
No, these are two separate things. And Carlos Rodon, it was a huge mistake not giving him a qualifying offer. Agreed. I think everybody can agree on that.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Carlos Rodon, with the exception of 1 year since he's been gone, has been healthy enough, right? Like he's in over 100 innings each of the 130 innings, I think, each of those years except for one. So the no qualifying offer is a huge fuck up. Well, I don't think anyone would disagree with that. The Crochet thing, I think, is different. Now, Crochet was mishandled by the Hahn administration. Correct. Because he would have been a reliever. They would have never tried to start him.
Right.
We were even surprised when Getz immediately he was opening day starter. Right?
Yep.
And the amount of innings, I don't think they necessarily babied him. They took him from being a fucking reliever to being a starter. You don't just give that guy 200 innings. It'll ruin his arm.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So they handled it properly, and especially since they were going to trade him. Now, the thing about the trade, you kind of had to trade Garrett Crochet. You didn't have much more time with him because of the mishandling up front.
Yeah.
Led you to you're at the end of his rookie contract, basically.
Yep.
And you either have to extend him. So let's say they extend him. Let's say they do that. And you're getting this Garrett Crochet that you're seeing right now. This team still fucking sucks.
Yep.
Like,
right.
They would lose 97 games instead of what they're going to lose. Right. And you'd have this great pitcher. It would be like when we go see Chris Sale every fifth day and be like, well, this is nice, but the rest of this is fucking garbage. Like that's what you would have. So
pretty much,
while I don't love it, they did kind of have like that was the best option. That's what they did.
Yes. Ian makes a very good point too. You got Montgomery, Winkleman, Mydroff, and Teal for Garrett Crochet. And that's good. And that's going to help your team for like down the road. What do you think, Loaf?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Chorizy-E. No comments, baby. No comments. He was right on point on all of that. Absolutely agree 100%.
Awesome.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
So I have a question for you guys as parents, because I was at Riot Fest this weekend, and you see kids get treated a lot of different ways because like people bring their kids, right? And the one that was the most interesting to me was me and Burke were standing there, and this big Mexican dude behind me like taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, can we go by? Or can he go by?" And it sends his kid by me, like to go up closer to the band. And I think we were seeing like Touche Amore or somebody, like some punk band, and they don't move though. Like him and his boy, I don't know if it's like his brother or something. And they're just telling the kid, "Yo, you want to go close? Just go up close. You know, we'll be back here." And I kind of loved it because I didn't see that really anywhere else. Like everybody's kind of got their kid by the hand and like it's real close. This guy was like, "Hey, you want to get in there? Go fucking get in there. We're not getting in there. You go get in there.
Yeah.
This is not my favorite band. It's your favorite band. Go be a kid in there and getting the shit
in the pit." Yeah.
And I kind of loved it, but I kind of also understand a parent that wouldn't want to do that just because of the pure fucking anxiety of sending your kid into the whirlwind that is everything up there. And so I wanted kind of your guys' opinion on it. Like, how would you handle that situation? And this kid is, to give you an age range, I would say probably between like 11 and 13. That would be like my guess at the kid's age.
Yeah, go right ahead. Go have fun. 11, 13, If you made it that far and they're like still in one piece and mentally somewhat aware, like, yeah, go for it. You want to go in a mosh pit, you know, it's probably the best time to do it because you're probably a little more cartilagey. Your bones haven't hardened up. So like if you're gonna get fucked up, it's probably the time. Like I'm not gonna sit back there and like send them 50 yards away from me. Like I still gotta get a visual, right? As long as I can see where the kid is, then I'm okay. But I'm also not gonna sit up there in helicopter like that kind of shit. No.
MSS, you have no sight of this kid.
Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that.
I will say because like 6 rows in, like even though you're tall, you're not seeing over everybody to see where your kid went.
Right.
What kind of mosh pit we talking? Like a heavy mosh pit, or was there even?
No, not even like we were not close enough to the mosh pit for this kid to even get there. Like I mean, like it was just a big crowd. It's just a big crowd. He's just
you just sending them in there.
Yeah, you're just sending them in there. Go enjoy the show. And I will say that people at Riot Fest are generally super nice and like, like no one will really fuck with anybody. So like it's a really great one to do that. But like,
yeah,
I just still understand like, parents, rightfully so, would have anxiety about like going like just go up there.
I have a little bit of anxiety. I'm still thinking I'm okay as long as there's not like a Slayer mosh pit or something going around that could potentially get hurt. I still need I feel like I need a visual. I still think I need a visual a little bit. Like I
see you were very gung ho on this at the beginning, and then once I told you you're not going to be able to see this kid because they're 4 feet tall, and everybody else is is taller.
That's the hard one. That's a hard point because because I mean, and I know people like you said it, like, oh, it's usually a good, nice crowd, but there's always dicks, and the people that you think you should trust are the people you don't need to trust. Like that's the they're always like, we had no idea it was our nice neighbor who was always buying her candy and shit, and then all of a sudden she's gone. Like. Yeah,
actually, every documentary that I've watched like that, you should have known it was that fucking neighbor. I know it before the first time they show the guy on the screen. He's like, and you're like, it's that guy, right? That's the fucked up guy.
Getting some relief from the dad. Yeah, no, I definitely need a little bit. I need a visual. I do need a visual. But 11-13 though, maybe I don't need a visual. I'm too much like right now. In 2 years, in 4 years. Nah, fuck it. I'm letting them go. 11 to 13, I'm letting them go.
This is a struggle for you.
Let them go, and they got a phone. If they got a phone, then I'm okay. All right, I'm good. I'm good if they got a phone.
If your kid's like 6 foot tall, so I don't know how.
I was gonna say, my daughter's older than this age group. I would be totally fine allowing my daughter to go in there, like you said. And I'd especially be fine if she had a friend with her. So if she brought a friend and they both go, then I'm really fine with that. My daughter's way too timid to do that, though. She would not be that interested in it. She'd want to hang back. And if I went with her, she would be down. She would want to get in there and do some stuff, but she would want me to be a little bit closer there. But I would be okay with it. I'd be okay with her like checking it out because I've been to enough of these shows, not as many as you, Chorizy, but generally, if someone does get hurt in the pit, everyone helps that person get out, and they're really good about it and get them kind of back to an area where they're going, okay. So I'm not that worried about it. In that environment, I'm not very worried.
Now, so Beef, this is why I kind of brought up though, like because you mentioned the timid thing. This kid seemed very timid.
Okay,
right, but the parent, I think it was his dad. I assume it might have been his uncle, and he might have been an asshole like me and just go up there, motherfucker. Was like, go. If you want to see this man, go up front. And I felt like that kid learned like he unlocked a fear. Like he got rid of a fear of getting up there, being separated, just going up there and enjoying the shit. Like you get up there and you once you're far enough away and you can't see anymore, and then you like turn around and go like, I'm just going to enjoy this show. Yeah. It's a new experience for you. It's like, for sure. It's even like, I know for myself, like even like as a adult, right? Like the first time I was like, I want to go to this show. it's a Tuesday night. No one wants to go to this fucking show. I'm going to go to this show myself. Unlock something where you're like, you know what? Sometimes you just go to that goddamn show because you want to go see it. You don't need don't need other people to be involved. And I think like as a kid, getting that experience at like 11, 12, 13, whatever that kid was, he seemed timid, but I bet that like now he's just like, oh man, I want to go to this. I want to go to that. I can't wait
to do this again. Let's go.
Drop me off at this concert. I'm going to go to that concert. It's been, So I thought it was like, to me, I'm not a parent. Obviously I don't have kids. To me, I thought that was like one of my favorite like parenting moments of the weekend. And I wanted to throw it at you guys and see how you guys felt about it. I felt like this is like, would be a huge unlock.
And I wonder if he goes back to school on Monday and he's like, see, I was afraid to go up front. And I was also afraid to talk to Jessica, but I'm going to talk to Jessica today now. Because now
I think you're right, MSS.
I got to tell Jessica about getting three rows away from the band.
Yeah.
Like, I was at Riot Fest with my uncle Chorizo, and he said, go ahead. And I couldn't even see him. And I smoked weed, and I watched this punk band. And I'm 13.
And this real fat girl had her shirt off and the titty touched me.
That shit would have been funny.
This big.
That shit would have been funny if I saw the kid like walk up like two rows of people and then grab a huge joint and both. And we're like, oh,
he's really enjoying this.
I haven't been unchained and I am enjoying it.
Although I will say that I don't want to judge people by their looks, but the dad or whoever it was, he probably would have been like, oh, I'll come up now. Get one of those.
Let me help you out with that.
And all I'll say is that he just looked a lot like me. So
I got one more, and then I'm tapped.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
I am tapped. I don't know if you guys are aware. I think you probably are. But the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, hit his 60th home run of the season.
Yes, I did see that last night. Awesome.
Which is pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome. But it was not as awesome as what happened after the ball went into the crowd. So ball goes into the crowd, bounces off somebody's head. Guy catches it. And immediately upon catching the ball that made history, he turns around and gives it to a fucking kid.
Wow,
okay. And I thought I had a picture. Shit. Hold on. I have a picture somewhere. I'll bring it up. But anyway, the guy gives away the ball to a kid. And this is a little kid. And it seems like a nice little kid or whatever. And in my head, and this is how jaded I am, folks. And I think this is what it is. I'm thinking, I'm sitting there thinking, what? No, that guy would not have given it to a kid.
0% chance this guy
would not have given it to a kid. The way the story gets relayed is he gave it to the kid, and then all of a sudden security whisks the kid away. So it's like you're thinking that the kid goes back to go make history or go make the deal to get whatever he wants. But he didn't. He just gave it. He's like, I just want Cal to have this ball. I just want him to have it, And the dad was like, yeah, you've been part of history. Now let him have the ball. You don't need anything. I'm sure he's going to get rewarded handsomely. Regardless. I'm sure he will. It doesn't matter, right? Like he's going to get anything he
cool gesture though to just say, hey, but I love being in this. Let's go.
But in my head, I'm going, the guy that caught it, that gave it away, he's not giving it away because he wants to. He's giving it away because he did something very nefarious and he doesn't want to get caught and he doesn't want his name all over the media, right? Like he's like on probation or something for doing something. He's wanted for murder on the West Coast.
Are you the conspiracy guy now?
I'm just saying. The guy is a Seattle fan. He had on the one with the Trident, the Trident Seattle hat. So he's a longtime fan. He knows what this is. It's not like, oh, what is this? A foul ball? Here you go, son. No, it is. It's a historical moment. You could get out there and get you some press. I think he's got something really bad in his past that he does not want coming up. And he's like, get this fucking ball away from me. Get it to the kid. The kid can go and have all the fun and get all that stuff. Yes, JT. See,
the comments are rallying behind MSS right now. It's unbelievable.
MSS took the nicest fucking gesture of the century in a time when no one is nice. And it's like, No, probably a murderer.
I just found the picture. Oh no, I gotta delete a picture.
I'll delete one of mine. Hang on.
Oh no, I just did. I got it.
Okay.
Here, check out this guy. So I mean, look at that guy. Does that guy on the left? He looks like he's killed people. I'm sorry, he's a murderer. He might be a murderer. Just saying.
He's probably just a couple months behind on
he also looks like every white guy that lives.
He looks like he's a couple months behind on his rent, and maybe he's got a little bit of a pot problem. I don't think he's a murderer.
He's got stinky butt because he doesn't watch machines enough. Yes, maybe. No, I mean, I'm sure he's probably a fine guy, but also he has a really, really deep skeleton buried somewhere in his house or something. There's something really wrong happening there. So I'm sorry that I took the sweet story that everyone loves and said the guy
because
gave it away
MSS is always looking at dollar signs. He was thinking about how he was going to get 30 grand worth of memorabilia out of that ball right there. That's what he was thinking about.
So I thought about this, and I'll ask you guys what you would have done.
Yeah,
I think the more definitely at some point, MSS would have been like, I'm going to profit off this, and that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. But getting to know these players and like all that kind of stuff, and also knowing that if you do the good thing, you'll get rewarded anyway. I'd probably just give the ball back and just be like, here, I don't necessarily need it. I don't need to sell it. I don't know. I just think that I wouldn't. It doesn't have the same thing to me. And like I would have liked a Colson Montgomery home run this year, home run ball. I almost tried to buy it from that kid that when it came in the 108, but I don't know if I would have. I like a historical moment like that. I think I would have given it up. What would you guys do? Would you profit or would you?
To be totally honest with you,
give it up.
I mean, you guys have seen this because it recently happened. I'm not getting anywhere near that fucking ball. That ball's coming.
No shade. There was a still shot of MSS trying to catch a ball. Chorizy-E's almost basically hiding, and no one on White Sox Twitter said shit, and I was shocked. Because you and I know that that's us. We catch shit all the time. Anytime a ball's anywhere near us, we catch a ton of shit. Chorizy-E's basically hiding under the seat, and he gets nothing. He's fine. No comment, no nothing.
My finger was broken for a day.
He's a silver fox. You know it's him.
I don't want to get hit by that ball. I got no interest.
He was back there like this.
MSS, I'm with you. I probably would have given the ball up pretty easily as well. Because in that situation, it's like that's their moment. I don't feel like I'm like just a tiny piece of this moment. Let me just give this to you, and then you enjoy your moment, because 60 home runs is just crazy. Like it's such a small group, and it's like so cool to so catching that, like the adrenaline would have been huge, and I'd have been fired up. I probably would have been flexing to the crowd behind me after I caught it and doing all kinds of shit like that. Once the team came over, I would have given up the ball easily.
Yeah.
I might have said, can I give him the ball?
Like, right. Can I meet him? Yeah, for sure.
And then I'd hand it to him and I'd say, I'm suing you. This broke my hand.
Then the guy just did that with Mike Trout. Mike Trout hit some milestone number home run. The guy that caught it was like, I want to give it back to him, and I just want to play catch with him. And so they did it. Like he gave him the ball, and then he gave him some other stuff too, obviously. But then they played catch, and that was it. That's all he wanted.
That's like an awesome moment.
It's like that makes my heart warm. You know?
See, I wouldn't ask to play catch with him, because they'd videotape that, and then every unathletic motherfucker on the planet would come and tell me how I didn't throw something well enough.
Yeah.
Guys that I could tell can't throw a baseball 4 feet are like, hey, that was a shitty throw. And it's like, you know what? I can walk and chew gum, and I'm pretty sure you can't. So fuck you.
Sorry to touch a nerve.
Just needed to get that out. It's 2 hours. 2 hours in.
My God.
Beef tapped. What do you got left, Beef?
I am nowhere close to tapped, obviously.
Oh my God.
You gotta bring this up, because you know what? Oh my God. That's Kawhi Leonard. That's Steve Ballmer. LA Clippers, my friend. The story has been around for a little bit right now. I'll read from the New York Post. Clippers $21 million aspiration paper trail discovered in Kawhi Leonard no-show scandal. Effectively, Kawhi Leonard was getting up to $28 million in no-show jobs for a company set up by Steve Ballmer, who is the owner of the Clippers. And this is to circumvent the salary cap. And so much like in Sopranos, when the guys were getting no-show jobs at the Esplanade, that's what Kawhi Leonard was getting to get extra money and was luring him in to become a Los Angeles Clipper. Now, let's couple this with in the next few days after this story came out. Jeff Passan wrote a story at ESPN.com about how a bunch of MLB owners, including the new Orioles owner and actually a majority of the group, want a salary cap. And so, boys, I just got to get it off my chest. People talk about the pussification of America, and we're seeing it right now, but it's not with the everyday person. The everyday person's still living their life well. We have pussy-ass politicians. They don't go into war anymore. They push a button and make all of us go into war. The leader, Napoleon, ain't at the front of the fucking battle, risking his goddamn life. These guys are pushing a button. And these team owners, sports owners, they're supposed to be these master capitalists, are rent-seeking fucking pussies all the time. Most of them. I'm not going to say all of them. So I personally applaud what Steve Ballmer did here, that he wants to give his stars more money. And here's what I think they should do with the sports leagues. I've been thinking about this a little bit. They should break the sports leagues into all of them, all the major sports, NFL, NBA, NHL, and MLB. 2 groups a league. The one league, you have this is the pussy league. You're the salary cap pussy-ass league that no one's going to play for, all right? This is where all the pussy-ass owners go with the salary cap league. Then the big boy league, no salary cap. You can pay these motherfuckers as much as you want. And guess what? That's the league that's going to have a TV contract that everyone will give a shit about watching. They'll have superstar teams. It'll be goddamn chaos, and I will love every second of it. And the salary cap pussy-ass league can be like the minor leagues, right? No one will watch. It'll be like, La Liga. It'll be like Champions League and soccer or whatever. No one's going to watch it. No one cares. You might watch your local team.
Golf.
It's going to be a minor league team. No one will give a fuck. I want to unleash the owners that actually are master capitalists and say, I can't make money off this, or I will spend my own money and make this the best absolute entertainment product we got. We have too many rent seekers, Chorizy. Too many people they need to suck off the teat of the goddamn league. How about you learn how to make money from your team? And then you got to pay the guy extra outside the salary cap. I love this for Steve Ballmer. Has all the money in the world. Great. He should be able to put it into his team. Let him have a super goddamn team with the LA Clippers. How fun would that be? This needs to stop. We need to get the pussy owners out. You guys all got to come out, and we need Steve Cohen's and Steve Ballmer's and everyone in there that is willing to spend some money, and let's fucking go and have some awesome sports.
This is you make liquor illegal, and then you go like, I can't believe Al Capone happened. No, this is the outcome of a salary cap.
Correct.
You put some shit in here like this. This is why I fucking loved that documentary on the Trashers from like town of Connecticut. That was where it was like the real Tony Soprano's kid owned this team, and they were fucking. There was a salary cap in the league, but they're giving like briefcases full of money to dudes like NHL players to come and play on this team in the minor leagues because there's a lockout in the NHL. I love it. That's what should happen. People go like, oh, these players, they make too much money. No,
they don't make enough.
They don't make enough.
They're all capped on how much they can make. They don't make enough money.
We would pay so to see them, and I would pay even more for them to inject steroids into their fucking neck. But like at the end of the day, it's a supply and demand thing, and the supply of money to have these guys be the best in the world and do this for us is limitless. We're at a point right now where we have more billionaires than we've ever had in this fucking country. And they're all acting like the fucking Monopoly guy, pulling their pockets out like, oh dear, how could I possibly afford to pay Juan Soto? Like, it's the people crying about Kyle Tucker. this offseason is going to be fucking hilarious to me.
It's
because and here's the thing, Tracy.
Everybody can use
they're going to complain about him, but no one says shit. And the Rolling Stones are making $20 million a concert or wherever the fuck they make a concert. No one says shit about that. Oh, that's fine. It's a free market. But these assholes, they got to get their salary cap. Why? Why do they have to get a cap? They should be able to make whatever money is available in the marketplace. It should be pure capitalism like everything else. If you don't think you like capitalism, but then you support these fucking idiots, come on. That's ridiculous.
It's wild. It's wild to me. And we should be applauding Major League Baseball for having no salary cap right now. Not
Absolutely.
going, well, we need a salary cap. Fuck you. Fuck you. If you're in a town like us where we have an owner who won't spend, you shouldn't be going like, let's even it out so I can get a better thing. You should be going, get the fuck out, owner. We need an owner who has some balls and will spend the money. So fuck that. I don't buy into any of that non-salary cap shit. By the way, there shouldn't be drafts either. There should just be everybody should be a free agent.
Agreed, 100%.
No one wants to go live in your bullshit town? Well, then maybe move the team to a town where people don't want to fucking.
Yes, Chorizy, we're on it, baby. Let's
Talk
go.
is cheap, motherfucker.
Thank God, I don't even get to say I'm a say. That's good.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I thought we beat it to death. I don't know.
Beef, I feel like you're rolling. I feel like you're rolling now.
I'm ready,
Let's
baby.
go
I'm ready for another
3 hours.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
All right, boys.
It's got
Here's
a
what I
couple
got for
highlights.
you. Agree or disagree with this too long didn't read tweet that I put up on Twitter. I'm about to read to you guys. The White Sox lost last night, and I was referring to Tuesday night. Sucked, but I ain't terribly worried about them in close games going forward or the future prospects of this bullpen. They have two big, scary monsters at the back. Grant Taylor, who can give agita at times, and Jordan Leger, who used to give me the bubble guts, but has been a stud the last few months. But they need more. I won't be so quick to go into free agency and try to buy an agent closer for $10 million for 1 year. That's not really a sustainable way for them to live. So why buy a crutch because we're being pussies as fans and can't sweat out close games? No, they need to turn to the Prelander Baroas, the Wickleman Gonzalez's, and someone's failed starter that throws 94 miles per hour right now, but when he's cut loose in the bullpen, he could throw 98. Maybe Sean Burke is one of those guys in the future. They also need more dependable guys in the middle, like Mike Vassell, to help get to those scary monsters in the back. It's generally the build of these bullpens that haven't been making them as good, but they seem to change a bit. I still think Banny, who is good at finding reclamation starters like himself, needs an assistant, a former reliever type, to help him find reclamation relievers that got a nasty slider and throw 98. Either way, I won't be spending much of my time worrying about the bullpen group going into this offseason. Agree or disagree, MSS?
I agree. And I think that the trust level, I don't know how, but in a year has gone up greatly. Like what's happening, because you saw immediate results. And I know people are saying, well, it was a very low bar. It's still 20 wins. And it's a worse team. You don't even have the good players that you had on the beginning of the squad last year that got you to wherever you were. Like, I mean, it was on paper, this team starting out was not as good as the team was last year. And so I just have a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of, I mean, yeah, I do. I have faith in these guys that they're making good decisions and that things are going to be okay. And I don't need to worry or second guess what Getz is doing in that front office, because he seemingly has put the right people in the right positions and kind of had an idea of what he needed to do when he took over.
So, Beef, I agree with you to some extent. I think, it was funny because we talked to Gene Watson recently, and I was like,
yeah,
the guy that I thought of to fill your role immediately was Wade Davis. Like, and I was like, I wonder what Wade Davis is doing. I didn't really look it up, but like that would be the kind of guy that I would be. That's the guy you think of, right? Like,
right. Some guy who's like at the end of the rope as a starter, and
But I was also thinking about this a little bit differently, and thinking like, because Hornsey and I were watching the game the other day. Fraser Ellard was opening, and not well, but
yeah, it didn't go great.
But she was like, I'm not familiar with this opener thing that they're doing. And I was like, well, it's because you mostly watch the White Sox, and the White Sox are like 10 years behind everybody. And they don't do what other teams are doing, or they don't forward thinking stuff. They do now. And I was thinking, should the Sox maybe take that a step further? Right. And when they go out into free agency this year, get more of the Zach Eflins of the world, where you're like, this is a kind of off-speedy 4 or 5 inning guy that you can trust, and build a different type of rotation. Have more Mike Vassins. Have more guys that are kind of more Tyler Alexanders. More guys that are like can pitch 2-3 inning, multi-inning relievers that are probably cheaper, but can provide some good outings. I wonder if there's a new way of kind of constructing this that looks different, and then you just have the 2 monsters at the back end, right? And you have a Vassal who is for lack of a better term, like a high leverage wherever guy,
right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to throw 6th and 7th inning for you.
I wonder if there's like
spots kind of thing,
where you fill in a lot of the starting roles with Davis Martins and with Zach Eflins and with guys that are just not quite what you would normally consider like a top of the rotation starter to get through these couple of years that you're going to need to get through. I'm interested to see if they do something like
the approach is.
Yeah. But I agree with you. Like, I'm not spending on the bullpen. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out from other stuff. But they haven't been able to do that yet.
They've had 2 seasons of very poor builds. So yeah, it's not encouraging from that standpoint. But I think they're starting to get down the right path, especially as they realize a couple of these guys. Okay, they are the type of guys you need at the back end. Start searching for more of them and work on that.
Mm-hmm. Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Beef, you still rolling, or you want us to get in on something?
I mean, I could do this one real quick. I made a list of the top 3 places that got BeefLoaf fat post-college. Do you guys want to hear them? The top 3 restaurants that caused me, like, I've probably gained 60.
Hold on, let's guess.
I'm not going to guess. I give the exact location of the restaurant, too. Not just like bland-ass, like, oh, you went to this. No. Exactly where this restaurant.
I'm going to write them down. I'm going to write down the 3 that I think got you the fattest.
Okay. You're not going to get them because you don't know. You don't know.
Okay.
So,
all right, go ahead.
All right. So in no particular order, it is the McDonald's that was at 233 West Jackson. Chorizy, you remember this McDonald's because it had the off-track betting right above it.
Oh,
we'd occasionally go up there for the dollar drafts on Fridays, and it would be me, you, and like 50, 60-year-old guys betting on the horses. So that's one of them. Number 2 is Star Siam,
McDonald's,
which is at 11 East Illinois. That is still there. The McDonald's I mentioned, gone. That McDonald's doesn't exist. It hasn't been there for years or whatever. Star Siam's still there. Even though when I looked it up to have dinner with my friend from out of town, we had eaten there a lot during our tax seasons in public accounting. It wasn't open at the time. I mean, just during tax season, I would order the pad CU, the beef pad CU, and then I would order like a bed of rice to put with it. No one needs that much carbohydrates at 9:00 p.m. When during tax season when you're working 14-hour days. No one needs to do that. I did that to myself for 5 years. It was not very healthy. And then the last one, trees you're gonna be very familiar with, is the Arby's at 5347 South Harlem, which got me fat. It's not there anymore. It's also completely closed. Got me fat, but also saved our lives because we would drive home from Lawler's after that. So we needed the food. But it got me fatter, even fatter like I am now. So I credit those 3 restaurants with making me it's not morbidly obese, just regular obese, but being obese is the fault of those 3 spots. Mostly me, but those 3 spots contribute. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Speaking of being voluptuous, and we'll end on this. It's I'm excited to see our guy Wally come back from Africa and get some stories from him. But this beautiful picture of him that I saw, I was like, why would you give this to us? Because I'm gonna do this.
Whoa.
And that's our show. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great one.
Easy player, on the field, a true slayer. Chicago's hero, full of might. Smashing home runs, day and night. He's the home run slayer. Crushing balls to fly away, yeah. No one can stand in his way. The king of men. With his bats he strikes with force. Every pitch he shows no remorse. The crowd erupts with every swing. As his